Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
When your business is ready for its next move, I'm here to help make it happen. I'm Corey Vandeweghe, Commercial Loan Officer at Midwest Bank on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Lincoln is full of bold ideas and hardworking business owners, and I'm proud to support the people driving that progress. Whether you're launching something new or investing in growth, I'll work with you to find lending solutions that move your business forward. Swing in anytime. I'd love to hear what you're building. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Where there's smoke, there's flavor, and there's plenty of that at the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market. Award-winning Old World recipes made in Lincoln since 1984 with many flavors and smoked sausage and brats to choose from. The Smokehouse has something special for every season. Brats and sausage for the grill, beef sticks and beef jerky for snacking, and smoked salmon, smoked turkey, and smoked hams for your holiday feast. Stop by the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market today to fulfill your search for real flavor.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
If the power is out, traffic lights may be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a 4-way stop. Find more outage safety tips at les.com/safety.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln, this is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Coy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped and picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black Shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Hour 1 of Old School is sponsored by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, indeed. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you all. Welcome to Old School 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman with you for the next 3 hours here on the show. Brought to you, as always, by the good folks at Heartland of Nebraska Windows. At least in hour 1, Graham Tire, the title sponsor of the show as well. We got a lot of help from our friends, right? The old country song says. So I really appreciate them. Jay Foreman, good morning. Happy, week 2 Friday of fall camp. Inching closer. We're getting there.
Yeah, week 1.5 Friday. They started like on Thursday or something like that. So it's like week 1.5. But either way, it's onward and upward, slowly but surely getting to September 5th at 11 a.m.
Feels like it's tomorrow.
I'm sure some players wish it was tomorrow. They find out their fate if they're going to be playing or not, and then obviously be able to play an opponent. But it's just part of, hey, camp time is you got to really, really work and, get after it.
Another day of practice ahead of the Huskers today. Starting to scrimmage yet, right? They've gone live a couple times. Is that right?
I think Sipple said they kind of did simulated stuff. I mean, I think, look, it's 30 days, so you got to really space it out. You really don't, you got to kind of ramp up to it. I mean, realistically, if you're wearing pads and you're thudding up, it should be, dang near close to full speed. So just because you put pants on shouldn't change the way you do things. I mean, because the coach will tell you whether it's live, go down to the ground. So, realistically, if you have half pads, you should be going full speed. I think, every practice you practice, obviously within, within the realm of what practice schedule you have, needs to be as close to game speed as possible.
We have some preseason numbers from ESPN we'll get to here in just a minute, and plenty more throughout the course of the 3 hours. MLB Field of Dreams game last night. NFL preseason full night one, not the first game. Obviously had the Hall of Fame game, so we're going to overreact to that. Then some Nebraska football, Nebraska basketball parallels and comparisons I think are going to be pretty fun coming up throughout the course of the show. 402-464-5685 if you'd like to be a part of the proceedings. We'd love to hear from you on our starter Heyman Jewelers text line. But Jay, the final SP Plus preseason ratings, Bill Connolly, the one putting those together, the formulas and whatnot for ESPN. We'll take these teams in bunches. We'll take them in groups. Just by his preseason ratings, his top 5 teams, Ohio State head and shoulders above Oregon, about the same level of gap between Oregon and Notre Dame from 2 to 3. And then Georgia and Indiana round out the top 5. Who in that group do you trust? Who do you have concerns and doubts about?
Well, you always, trust Ohio State. They're obviously going to be, 10-plus wins, right? And you trust Oregon. I think the trust in Oregon has grown, I think, in my opinion. I trust Georgia, and I have no choice but to trust Indiana, Kirk Cignetti. I do not trust Notre Dame. You lost 2 first-round running backs. You lost a corner. You lost a defensive lineman and I think an offensive lineman. Now your quarterback is coming back. And you have a really good young crop of receivers, but nobody's proven. Actually, they lost their best receiver last year, and so they lost their most explosive receiver. That's why I don't trust them. And I don't trust Notre Dame to the point that where you look at the 4 other teams, they'll play better competition. So Notre Dame will get in there and they'll play against a lower seed, get through the first round. I do not trust them to make a magical run to the national championship or the college football playoffs, Final Four, and realistically, the last 8. I don't really trust them to do that.
I would trust Notre Dame a little bit more than I would Oregon. Oregon's replacing both coordinators, and 1 or 2 injuries. I know Oregon was super banged up last year, but 1 or 2, I'm not sure what Oregon has behind that. I think C.J. Carr showed a lot of flashes last year, and he has his OC back. And you're right, there's going to be more on his shoulders. I think Dante Moore's probably still a better player right now. But according to SP Plus, Oregon's projected to have the number 1 offense and the number 2 defense in the country. Losing the coordinator on either side of the ball. I'm a Dan Lanning guy. I was on him a little bit earlier than you were, maybe blind faith or whatever. But I don't know. I think if there's a team in this top 5 that's going to slide, I'm kind of expecting it from Indiana. They'll still be good. I'm not sure if they're going to be, 10-2 good. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just a normal 10-2, not a really good 10-2 against a tough schedule. We'll see. But I could see Oregon sliding, especially if things don't click early in Big Ten play. Ducks will still be good. They'll still probably make the college football playoff, but will they be, challenging for a bye like they were the last couple of years? I have some concerns there.
Yeah, I think the one thing that was the most impressive about them is, their culture is straight. I think with their quarterback coming back with Dan Lanning, you're going to just put faith in him because he's built that program up leading up to it. He comes from the Nick Saban coaching tree. He probably has a playbook on how to deal with that because he's seen it firsthand. right? He was one of the coordinators that actually ended up leaving. So I mean, he knows what it's like, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's built his staff for guys to potentially come in after guys left. He probably knew before last season he was going to lose both his coordinators, or at least one of them. And the amount of talent that they have coming back, you got to think they got 2 running backs coming back. They have arguably the best receiver in the nation healthy now. So let's just assume that he's going to be healthy. You have a really good tight end that they actually brought the Big Ten Media Day, so they let you know that he comes in right after Sadiq went top 15 in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So, and then they're going to have an offensive line. The defensive line is stacked with NFL talent. The second level and the third level is back. So defensively, offensively, and defensively, I think they're in a better place than Notre Dame. I like C.J. Carr. He's a freshman last year, sophomore. I'm expecting the sophomore slump because of the high expectations of coming in and playing well. But Notre Dame, I just don't trust because of how they've set themselves up. They will not be battle tested,
but they have the free ride to the playoff.
That's fine. That's great. That's what I always talk about when people love want an easy schedule, get in there. Well, then you get it. And Notre Dame is not going to get blown out, right? And I think Marcus Freeman is a great coach, and he's kind of growing on me a little bit. But I just think the way Notre Dame is trying to go about their business, it doesn't match up with the way that college football is, and it's going to come back and bite them. You might have that year where you have a magical team. You're going to have NFL talent way better than everybody else you're playing. You're not going to be battle tested. And I don't trust a team that has to manipulate their way into being ranked or to go into the college football playoffs. That lets me know that you feel like you're entitled and you don't want to earn it. You might have thought you earned it based on what happened back when Newt Rockne and Lou Holtz was there. But recent history has shown, even with Brian Kelly, you got
Charlie Weiss.
Yeah, Charlie Weiss. And you get blown out. And you had the magical year a couple years ago, but that's light years away, realistically, because the college football has changed so much, and there's other teams, nipping at the butt. Because when you look after number 5,
6 through 10, Texas,
60.
Miami, Texas Tech, A&M, and LSU.
Now, Texas Tech, I don't trust just based on they lost a quarterback.
He might be back by week 3, though.
Sorsby?
Oh, Hammond, the other one.
Yeah, and Hammond, yeah. But Sorsby is the guy that was to be the major difference. Now, I think Texas Tech is always going to be competitive and always be in the mix. That's a team that I don't trust. And when you look at, numbers, 6 through 10, you automatically trust LSU just because of Lane Kiffin and the amount of talent they have down there, and they've done a really good job. So if I'm like Notre Dame, I see why they did it. Because when you look at 6 through 10, minus Texas Tech, or even throw Texas Tech in there, what team that Notre Dame would play on there that they would be favored by more than 4 points? None.
Not seen one.
And you can maybe argue Oklahoma, they wouldn't be favored. Mateer and all those guys, would they really be favored?
Ooh,
they'd be favored.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be close.
Right. They probably favored over USC just because of recent history. Right. Bama, that's probably a toss-up. So then you're down there like Tennessee, Michigan, Ole Miss, Penn State. Obviously, that's in Washington in the conference. You're down in Missouri, Florida. That's why I don't trust them. You're essentially like blue-blooded into this thing right here. Now, granted, I know he's done his numbers, but just perception-wise. And that's why they did it. Now, I'm not dogging Notre Dame. I think they've done a really good job of, continue to build their program around some of the things that hurt them from to be able to recruit and develop nationally, even though they can recruit everybody. But there's reasons why a lot of guys don't go to Notre Dame. But I think now that you don't want to be affiliated with anybody unless you deem so, but you don't want to really be affiliated with the college football playoffs unless you're grandfathered in, because you didn't earn it last year. You lost. You were not good enough to get in there, and it sucks. You were very, very close, but you weren't good enough.
Trying to walk him by other side. But yeah, no, I mean, Notre Dame did not make the playoff. They were right there. And then, of course, it comes out in the offseason that, hey, you just got to finish in this range. And
you're in.
Hey,
guaranteed.
Welcome.
Guaranteed.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourselves. In that range, though, I like Mensa. I really do. I think Miami could rise in the ACC. Texas, Arch Manning quietly played a lot better down the stretch. And people don't want to admit it. He was better down the stretch. And now there's been some drama in the offseason with who Texas retained and who they didn't, which I think some of that drama will fade as the season goes and as we get more used to this, free agency system in college athletics,
salary
if or
cap,
until.
and then telling people why you didn't keep them.
Right. LSU at 10, I think that's probably about right for them right now. Like Levitt, don't love him. Like Lane, he's got to prove it. How much of that run last year was him? I mean, obviously he was gone, but did they make the run because Lane got the talent in the door? Did they get the run because Golden galvanized Ole Miss? Curious to see how everything going on at LSU affects him. A&M sneaky to me. I know Reed's a good quarterback, right? He's cleaned a lot up. I like Elko as a coach. But Jay, there's something about Texas A&M that I just can't trust. They've never done it, right? Maybe they do finish up here. A&M's another team I could see, the turnover bug bites Reed again. Defense isn't quite as salty as you thought it might be.
You lost a lot.
Lost a lot.
Yeah. I like Reed. I think he's going to be a guy. I'm gonna give him the benefit, even though I haven't liked some of his offseason activities. But I'm, as far as obviously living the life too much, but I think that he could be a guy that when you talk about draft boards, run, skyrockets draft board. I think Texas A&M is.
Who'd you take right now to be a higher pick in the NFL draft? Marcel Reed or Lenora Sellers?
I'll Reed. But right now, no doubt.
Really? You don't think a bounce back year from Sellers gets him back in that number one conversation?
You don't have the skill position guys to allow for that to happen. Like Reed is a more dangerous runner.
Really?
Sellers is a more powerful runner.
Okay.
Reed is like Vince Young. He will eat.
Sellers is Vince Young size though.
No, Reed is like 6'4" and like built.
Is he that big?
Just like Vince Young.
I thought he was smaller than that.
And has a better arm, more accurate arm. He plays in a better system.
Okay, take it back. Well,
with better players.
No, Reed's listed 6'1", 185.
Is he?
Yes.
I still take Reed. I don't think Sellers ever was good. He's never shown me anything good. You played like really good games and then you lost. Like that doesn't do anything. Like when you're talking about going to the league, like that doesn't like that. Like if he was going to go to the NFL, he should have went. He should just went this year. You're not going to, what is he going to do this year that's going to nullify what happened last year? He was horrible last year.
Isn't some of that though, like the Cowboy factor, right? The bounce back percentage, say, hey,
I mean, sure. Yeah. But
I learned from last year. Here's what I can show you.
But what did he learn though?
Well, I mean, if he has the same.
He could learn, okay, I'm not going to turn the ball over. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I just think that you see this all the time. You see it around here. Guys have a 4 or 5 game run, right? Then all of a sudden it eliminates prior and after. And then you keep going back to that 4 or 5 game run. And then you think then when you get in the NFL, they dissect before, during that 4 game run, and after. And it ends up not working out. Whereas like you come in here, that's what I always talk about here. You have like a couple good games and they're comparing you. Next thing you know, you're in the Hall of Fame and probably have your number up there because it's such recency bias. Is he a like worthy prospect? I'd probably pick him 2nd or 3rd round, maybe, right? Or, I mean, I guess
based on the magic P word potential.
Yeah, and he has everything that you need off the field. He's a great kid. I'm sure he has leadership skills and all that. But as far as like throwing the ball, like him and Arch Manning are the 2 most overrated prospects that in the last 4 or 5 years they're going to get paid or going to get picked so much higher than they actually deserve based on their skill set and their play. Arch is going to go 1st round no matter what happens this year. He could play the first game and throw 6 interceptions and not play the rest of the season. They'll find a way that somebody's going to draft him. And Sellers might work his way up there if a whole bunch of people need him. But are you talking about purely throwing the basketball or throwing the football? Reed is a better prospect. He plays on a better team. He's been in more intense games and has been successful. He has taken over games and been the factor. You go back and look at LSU, even though LSU's defense wasn't very good.
Still did it.
But he still did it in big time games against NFL talent because even though LSU's collectively their defense wasn't good, the talent was there. And that's what they look at for, a lot of times. But I mean, like I like Mensah better than both of them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm with you.
Does he go in 1st round? Who knows? because the Miami's a little lax on that front seven. I mean, actually, and the defensive line is going to take a little bit. They have talent, but you have two guys that were essentially eliminators on the edge last year. Now they're strong up the middle with 99 coming in there, and he's going to be the first round. They got guys potentially that could be really on the edge, but they haven't been there long enough.
Yeah.
So it's like reverse Uno of
and freshman left tackle,
right,
as well.
But they say he got some swag though.
I know. You're saying he's a freshman.
But yeah, and so that's what you got to do. You're kind of repeating it again. I mean, look, man, I know I'm banging on Sellers pretty hard, banging on Arch. It's just that Arch played good down the stretch last year for him. Still wasn't good enough. His feet are sloppy. His throwing motion isn't very good. And that's a byproduct of when you play in a league in high school that you're bigger than everybody on the field, literally.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like to look at it, all these teams, when you go through it. And this is why I said Texas A&M, or Texas Tech, excuse me.
Tech,
yeah. This is where I'll put Notre Dame up there and then Georgia as well. Texas Tech is the main one without their quarterback. Right? You look at quarterback, head coach. You got to trust. If you trust the quarterback, do you trust the head coach to win? And that's where like maybe the deficiency between where I think is CJ Carr is just obviously moving up. Marcus Freeman's there. But everybody else it's tough. I mean, look at Ole Miss. I'm assuming they trust Golden.
They must.
Right? Trust their quarterback. Michigan.
But they don't miss having any other choice, right? With the way that they made the run, he was the guy in charge.
Yeah.
Like, did they have any other choice, even if they wanted to do a search?
Not this year.
Yeah.
Not this year. Not next year. And that's why these 2 years are, in 2 years, they'll be like, oh, we just kind of did it. It's almost like without the off the field stuff, it's kind of like Michigan did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
we had that run. It's a little bit of controversy, obviously, with Michigan, plenty. And to keep it rolling and see if he can do it. And then if he doesn't, they'll try to replace him.
Let's get through 11 through 15. Oklahoma, USC, Alabama, Tennessee, and Michigan. Whole bunch of different situations here. Oklahoma, defensively led. Mateer, the injury last year, came back, wasn't himself. USC still offensive led, another year for Maava and Riley together. Alabama and Tennessee going through some legitimate quarterback competitions in the offseason. Transition for sure. And according to SP Plus, are nearly mirror images offensively and defensively. Alabama preseason given the number 33 offense, number 6 defense. Tennessee, the number 4 offense and number 44 defense. And then number 15, Michigan in that mix. Top 16 in both categories. And I guess Ole Miss, Penn State, Washington, Missouri, and Florida behind them to round out the top 20. I like that range of teams. There's some intriguing ones, but there's not a team I would say, yes, this would be my pick to jump into the top 10.
No, it's going to be whoever can get on a run and who can really, like when you look at 13 and 14, Bama and Tennessee, what quarterback and the head coach in the offensive system gels the best, right? Bama lost a lot on defense, and obviously they lost the quarterback. They don't try to run the ball, so let's just get that out of our system anymore. Those days of Nick Saban running down your face are over. And then when we look at Michigan, we've already know what Underwood's going to do, right? And it's going to be a transition to a totally new regime up there, right? And Ole Miss, you're kind of like, all right, we have talent. You got Lacey, you got all this stuff. Defensively, what are we going to do? Penn State's the same. I think Penn State could be sneaky good because of the schedule, because of the talent that's already been there, and the talent that he brought with him. And it's not apples to apples, Signetti, and I know we got to go up against the break. But when you travel as a coach with the quarterback, with your X factor tight end, and with other guys that you brought with you, it makes that transition a little bit easier. The defense of Penn State, especially at the second level, is going to be dangerous. They got 2 of the best linebackers in the nation, let alone the Big Ten. And so, in the schedule, when comparison seems like first year transition, good for him. So it might be fool's gold, and I don't know if they go from 17 up to like 8, but you can make a quick run where you're like, man, we're just on the outside looking in.
You can make the argument that Penn State could have a similar year to Indiana in 24.
Right.
Like you're saying with Signetti, where I don't know if I see 11-1 for Penn State necessarily, but hey, get to the playoff, lose to a team that's been better than you all year, but hey, year
Close
one,
game.
big step in the right direction, competitive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all the powers of BC told you this is the guy that, fits our script and all that. And
go find a transfer quarterback
right.
and go from there.
And when you can really when you can hand the reins of your offense, or you have him, I think it makes everything a lot easier. That's why I look at Missouri and Florida with a little bit of the stink eye.
Sure,
you got great coaches. I like
good coaches.
Well, I mean, good, great, whatever. I mean, they think they're great. Hopefully, you're paying them all this money.
Yeah,
you got stand on business, and you got the tornado from Tulane, but you don't have a quarterback. Either one, or at least,
Well, Simmons got passed by Chambliss, didn't make it back after the injury.
Right. So, but you don't have that. Put your hat down. This is my is my guy. So that's hard for them. Now the thing is that's different is they're in competition mode at the most important position. Forget everything else. You can't really evaluate your receivers when you're splitting reps at quarterback. So so the process of your offense starting off quick, unless it's like Willie Lump Universities, it should be pretty hard. Missouri has the X factor, which is Hardy, the running back, if it's healthy. You have the best running back in the nation in the last 2 years coming back. And if he's healthy, you can always turn and hand the ball off. And that's the difference between Missouri and Florida if they're able to kind of get up there.
Last thing on that competition aspect at quarterback. So when's the ideal time to know who your starter is? I mean,
in a week and a half, every position.
By now, by middle of next week, you got to know?
You shouldn't. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, because you'd want to have a really good. If you're in your kind of board meetings or like staff meetings, and you're putting guys up on the depth chart, you should have 95% of your green up there. 90% guys that this guy's won the starting position. You should be ready to go even before.
You'd rather be flexing at like what, guard, tight end,
whatever. Whatever. It's where
off ball linebacker,
and it's really tight. Yeah. Right. It might be 2 recruits, 2 transfer portal guys, a transfer portal guy, a guy that was here last year, whatever it need be. By next Wednesday night, Thursday, you should know.
Because by the time you get to Wednesday, it's already Friday, which means it's Saturday, which means you're 2 weeks away.
That's exactly.
Did I do that math right?
You did it right.
Yes.
Once you get to Wednesday, man, you might as well think it's Monday already. Wednesday night, it's already Monday.
Time flies. We're up against the break, like Jay said. We'll go to break, tell you more about our friends at Heartland of Nebraska Windows, all the great stuff they're offering you. Talk some more football next. Now we're one of Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If the power is out, traffic lights may be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a 4-way stop. Find more outage safety tips at les.com/safety.
Contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage, 402-420-6277, or judsonirrigation.com.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
When you or someone you know has been seriously injured and you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will fight for the justice you deserve in court to get the very best possible outcome. Trust the compassionate and hardworking attorneys at Liberty Law Group when you need an attorney in Nebraska or Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs, quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside's margaritas and old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hey, Jake, you know what I love almost as much as the Big Red?
Big scores on the field?
Good guess, but nope.
Big spikes on the court?
Love those too, but I'm thinking food. Like those big, budget-friendly portions you find at Buzzard Billy's.
Now you're talking. I love Buzzard Billy's. I love the shrimp po' boys and the blackened chicken.
You almost always find me enjoying gumbo.
Big plays, big scores, big wins, Big Red. Yep, love them all, especially
those big portions that are budget-friendly. Only at Buzzard Billy's, A-Market.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Where there's smoke, there's flavor, and there's plenty of that at the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market. Award-winning old world recipes made in Lincoln since 1984 with many flavors and smoked sausage and brats to choose from. The Smokehouse has something special for every season: brats and sausage for the grill, beef sticks and beef jerky for snacking, and smoked salmon, smoked turkey, and smoked hams for your holiday feast. Stop by the Smokehouse at Super Saver in Russ's Market today to fulfill your search for real flavor.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is Old School Hour 1 of the show, brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. You can give them a call for more info, 402-430-3852, to learn for yourself all about every great thing they have going on down there, including free estimates, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while keeping their prices affordable. Heartland of Nebraska Windows, locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Again, the number 402-430-3852. You can also visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Go and talk some NFL, Jay. Some preseason games in the books. And the future might be here for Pittsburgh. Drew Aller looks like him. Aaron Rodgers. Count your days.
Well, they said, that Mike McCarthy had Drew Aller in rookie minicamp and all the minicamps doing the same drills that Aaron Rodgers did when he was a young prospect or young draft pick and a young player in the NFL. But, I don't think it ever was a talent thing with Drew Aller. I think a little bit of the lack of besides Warren, that 1 year of lack of talent for him at the skill position, which is the outside skill position at Penn State, really didn't allow him to flourish. Obviously, they had 2 NFL running backs and obviously a really good offensive line, so it was really predicated. They kind of treat him like as a game manager. Now, there was at times, really when you go back to when he potentially could have left early, and then the reason why he came back, they opened up the offense in the Big Ten championship. Even though they lost to Oregon, they really took some shots and he played well. Mm-hmm. And if you go back even further, you remember James Franklin's famous interaction with, I think he was like a student, like journalist or whatever, asked him a question, or no, I think it was a caller, like, why don't you just throw it deep just to do it? And he was like, what type of idiot type of comment or question is that. And so now you're seeing where the talent is. Now you're seeing him with an offensive-minded coach that has the history and success right behind that of developing young quarterbacks into viable NFL players. But you have Drew Aller right now, who's like the shiny new toy. But don't forget, you got Will Howard there too, who is pretty much just like Drew Aller, but actually he won a national championship.
An actual national championship, not a hypothetical one.
Yeah, that's true. And he's more athletic.
Sure.
Will Howard was a really good basketball player.
Yeah.
And so I think Pittsburgh, you went last year from Aaron Rodgers or bust, and you had Russell Wilson and Justin Fields before that. Now you should feel really secure where you're at quarterback position wise. And if Aaron Rodgers, if this is his last year, both of them are on the cheap. Now, in Pittsburgh, do you necessarily need a franchise quarterback? I think you go back to look at Ben Roethlisberger. Him like Tom Brady, and I'm not sure if you can do that now, but I think the salary cap numbers can allow you. They played themselves into franchise quarterbacks slowly but surely. Obviously, as they got better, they got more range. So he played well. Look, Mike McCarthy might be the difference in Pittsburgh getting past the first round in the playoffs if they make it.
Again, these are NFL overreactions, so take everything we say incredibly seriously or with a grain of salt.
Aaron Rodgers 2.0.
People are saying. The streets are saying. Sources are indeed reporting. Cincinnati and Detroit, two high-powered offenses combined for 30 points. The overreaction to this is, number one, Joe Burrow might be back, the completion percentage, but he's a cheap yards merchant. And for the Lions, the offensive adjustments they made in the second half didn't carry over at all.
Well, I will say this is that Joe Burrow's back, and so is that offensive line. He got sacked. Listen, if the one thing that you don't want to see is Mike Brown, the owner, is my franchise quarterback get sacked. But
in a preseason game.
Yeah, so we're back. Joe Burrow is back, and so is our offensive line, and so is Joe Flacco. So it doesn't matter.
Flacco, the only Bengals quarterback with a touchdown pass last night.
You got two of the most brittle quarterbacks in NFL history. We are back, and we have the offensive line that will not protect them. So yeah, that is right. They're back.
For the Lions, though, Luke Altmaier and Josh Dobbs combined to go 17 for 30, 145 yards, and Altmaier throws a touchdown and 2 picks. Jared Goff or bust for the Lions, it looks like, with Teddy Two Gloves out of town.
Always has and always will be. I like Altmaier. I liked him, or I do like him. I like Dobbs. Dobbs just got there. He just barely his key card just barely working. If it's working,
took him couple.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's got in the registration yet. I think he's probably calling one of the assistant trainers to let him in. So. Look for them to have an uptick in offensive output next week by both of those quarterbacks.
Jamar Chase will not be a feature point of this Bengals offense. Only 1 catch yesterday, ranking him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th on the team in catches.
Yeah, you know what? Trade him and
save yourself some money.
Yeah, man. He's already hit his peak, man. He's a bust. All that money, get rid of him.
It's only downhill from here. If Houston allows 27 points per game, they're not going to win many games. If they score only 7 points per game, they're going to win even fewer than if they allow 27 points per game. The league's most vaunted defense allows 27.
The overreaction is that they've had a little, they want to go back to when the franchise first started, right? Have a really good defense and a horrible offense. So if that's the case, they will be, 4-13 or whatever, or 9-10 or 9-8 or something like that, and barely miss the playoffs. So they are well on their way to really repeating what I had to live through.
Davis Mills, longest neck in football, 1 touchdown last night on 9 for 15. Graham Mertz ends up getting injured. On the flip side of things, at the quarterback position, Trey Lance, 12 of 20, 164 yards, but an interception. He's the same as he's always been. How about this? DJ Uiagalelei, though. 6 out of 9, 120 yards. Those numbers we like, and a touchdown. Did Jim Harbaugh and Mike McDaniel fix another quarterback?
They did. They fixed 2 of them. Trey Lance actually looks like he's somewhat of a viable quarterback instead of an overreach at the number 3 pick. Tell Trey Lance, say, listen, you guys might have thought you needed Mac Jones, but you should have just kept Trey Lance. And khakis and I don't know the mad scientists are quarterback whisperers. I think getting DJ, DJ played well in the preseason last year. I think he was back and forth practice squad, third quarterback. So look. The talent of those guys are there. That system and that culture allows for you to really uptick your efficiency as a quarterback in that position. And look, you just never know, especially at Herbert. You out there getting your hair like, he's getting his hair like rubbed or whatever. What is that called when they rub, now his wife is
girlfriend, fiance, whatever.
They're married, right?
Him and Madison Beer?
They got to be engaged or something.
I don't think they're married yet.
Yeah, well, she was running her fingers through his hair like Fabio. So that's so you
like
just
Fabio.
You're right, man. I ain't listen,
like
man.
Fabio.
Listen, I know you're the highest paid dude on the team. You come in the locker room, bro. You in training camp.
Okay, but you think Jim Harbaugh hasn't done that to Justin Herbert's hair too?
He probably has. But he probably did it after he went to the bathroom and washed his hands. But look, dude, I look at it like this, man. You're in training camp, man. And I get it. You want to have family day. You need a break. And I know there's a lot more time that they are able to kind of do these type of things, right? And I'm not one of these guys that's saying I'm oblivious to the obvious, which is the rules are different. Football is not different. The idea of training camp is the last thing that is like a connection to real football. I do not want to see you like you're the quarterback. And I get it, man. Like she's a singer or something, right? Or model.
Yeah, model,
right.
singer.
I get it, man.
Something.
It's like Medusa. She got you. She got you under the train.
Hypnotized,
Yeah,
stone.
she walked past. Everybody put those dark visors on, so you don't turn to stone. I get it, man. I understand, right? But bro, you can't come to me, at least in the next week, and challenge me like, man, you need to get your job done. And I look down there after. First of all, I probably didn't win it. Took on ISOs. Going up against 300-pound linemen, and I see you got your fingers throwing in your hair, and you just sitting there like you need some daisies, like you at the park, like you're at Central Park having a picnic. We in training camp, San Diego or not, or LA or not. We're in a training camp.
I do have to ask, between your stops everywhere in the NFL, who is the most famous person one of your teammates ever dated or brought to training camp? Jay, I gotta know.
I ain't answering.
Jay, was it you?
I'm not. Listen, I'm not.
Jay,
I'm not answering that.
You don't say which teammate it was. I just need to know the famous.
I'm not saying nothing.
Jay.
No. Here's what I will tell you about famous. One of my teammates, I'm avoiding this.
Clearly.
Well, my teammate in Houston, Kylie Wong, is his sister, or his wife is Mario Lopez's sister.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So Slater used to come. Man, that little dude used to come in there and try to work out. I said, man, get out of here, man. You're too pretty. He came in there one time, and he a little dude though.
Yeah, no, not huge.
And he thought he was jacked up. He thought he was jacked. He can't even have makeup on. I said, bro, we sweating in here. He's nice though. He in a little trouble right now, but he was nice, little dude. I used to pat him on his head like, man, hey, what's up, little Mario?
Give him a little noogie.
Yeah.
But what's the answer? But what's the answer?
What?
But what's the answer?
I don't know, man.
I
don't remember. I do not remember anything like that.
All right, you've pled the fifth enough. We have a couple more games to get to.
Yeah, I was not able to look and see.
Tennessee and San Francisco. The overreaction is Adrian Martinez could challenge for the starting job. He looked pretty good. Cam Ward, accuracy issues, only 5 out of 12 on the day. Is Mitchell Trubisky stealing Cam Ward's job?
He might be, and he has history of Brian Dable. He actually played pretty decent with Brian Dable, at least enough to get invited back, to the cookout. Yeah, maybe so. Cam Ward getting used to Brian Dable as a person has probably been a little bit of a transition, and this is a big year for him. But Mitchell Trubisky could be the new starter with it. But more importantly, Adrian Martinez might come off the bench because Brock Purdy is not playing good and lead him to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That would be crazy.
Imagine the Adrian Martinez, I don't even want to say like NFL redemption arc, but from everything in college to get in the Shanahan system and lead a late season playoff run.
For Adrian, though, let me tell you something. The talent was always there.
Mm-hmm. California kid, back home-ish.
Yeah, but it was just, it just felt like he, playing the position of court. We talked about this yesterday. They would essentially give the ball to Adrian, let him run around and make something happen. Like, so you kind of like encapsulate him to a college quarterback, but he's lucky enough that he went to the UFL and got, or he went to Kansas State, first of all, and then got into that winning culture, right? And he probably picked up on some things that allowed him go to the next level, which is UFL, develop. And then I think he was in Detroit and got cut. Then he went to the Jets, and then he kept playing better, and he kept getting better, and the payoff is now up there. He would probably be a number 2 quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Mac leave?
Oh, yeah. He'll be a number 3. Yeah, he'll be number 3.
Potential to play up to 2, though.
Yeah. Well, did Mac Jones get signed back?
Thought he did. He didn't play.
Yeah.
I think.
I know.
He's still there.
Yeah, when he was at tight end U, I knew that he was still kind of technically a free agent when he was down there throwing to those guys.
Yeah.
I saw the video. He looked like an idiot.
Cardinals Raiders. Fernando Mendoza, the future is here. We know that. But Ashton Genty, the Raiders wasted a pick. Only 3 carries for 16 yards in the preseason. Mike Washington Jr. goes 6 for 63.
Well, when you talked about like Emmett going 5th round, and where he thought like he was going to go a little bit higher, it really didn't. The evaluators or people that actually, especially around here, didn't do any due diligence. You should have watched the Senior Bowl because the Arkansas running back in Washington, they raved about him because of how big he was, how fast he was, and you saw the quickness last night. And being 225, 30 pounds and running a 4.35,
rare,
right? And the ability to catch out of the backfield. And I think he went 3rd or 4th round. You're seeing the payoff there for the Raiders. And so Genty's still the dude, but they have a viable backup. And that's the thing about the running back position. You want to make sure that you come in, and you saw this with Robinson a little bit. You want to come in, establish yourself. Even if they bring in younger guys, you're going to be the guy that's going to be next in line to get paid.
Flip side of that quarterback position, Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew have a quarterback battle on their hands. They're the 2 best backups in the NFL, challenging for a starting job, supplanting Carson Beck. And then we have to get, Jay, to the Colts and the Patriots overreactions. I have 2 of them.
Oh, I got this. I was waiting for you.
Okay. Number 1, Anthony Richardson just became the most valuable trade chip in the league. And number 2, the Colts are going to the Super Bowl.
Anthony Richardson showed me something last night. He showed me and showed everybody. And granted, the more he plays, it was a Steichen. You better be preparing this dude like it's a Super Bowl every preseason game. Obviously, to trade him. And Anthony Richardson should want that as well. Look, he started out the game with an interception, I think, fumble. Like
it was off the receiver's hands. Then the fumble's not a great sign for a running quarterback, but okay, don't let
that so he could have went in the tank. Well, not only he come out of that bad boy, he started to put in some serious work, throwing the ball and running the ball.
Had the 2 minute at the end of the half.
That is what was appealing or had been appealing to the Colts and why you pick them there. And that, granted, I know it's the preseason, but I'm looking at the quality. The bounce back percentage is obviously 100%. Dealing with adversity directly and indirectly, right? Your fault, fumbling, right? You should always secure the ball off the receiver's hand. You still get blamed for it. And to come back and play well, he might be your starter at the Colts. He might, he'll take Daniel Jones' job and he's going to lead you to the playoffs.
Watch out, people. I'm here for it. Yeah. Whichever one it is.
It'll be a good wild card. We'll just win the division again.
Yeah, well, we'll see in the divisional round and go from there. Anthony Richardson wears number 5. There's a different number 5 that was getting just the business yesterday on social media.
Man.
Quarterback number 5 in Washington. The hits keep coming because he doubled down. He wants his Heisman back. His copy of the Heisman. We'll get to that to wrap up Hour 1.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2% for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, Jake, you know what I love almost as much as the Big Red?
Big scores on the field,
Good guess, but nope.
Big spikes on the court.
Love those too, but I'm thinking food, like those big budget-friendly portions you find at Buzzard Billy's.
Now you're talking. I love Buzzard Billy's. I love the shrimp po' boys and the blackened chicken.
You almost always find me enjoying gumbo.
Big plays, big scores, big wins, big red. Yep, love them all, especially
those big portions that are budget-friendly. Only at Buzzard Billy's, A-Market.
When you or someone you know has been seriously injured and you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will fight for the justice you deserve in court to get the very best possible outcome. Trust the compassionate and hardworking attorneys at Liberty Law Group when you need an attorney in Nebraska or Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings this summer, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. This summer's cream cheese flavor is pickle. Pair it with a blueberry cobbler iced latte, and don't forget their Berry Breeze dirty soda. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs, quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside's margaritas and old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return-to-work exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $195 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1009974. $195 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 8/31/26.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrapping up hour 1 of Old School, brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Again, you see their information scrolling it down below if you're watching on our streams, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Jaden Daniels and his camp, a.k.a. Mama Bear, say they want LSU to return its copy of the Heisman to the Daniels family. What in the world? Really?
Yeah, I get it, man. I look, man, it's numbers are important to people. And I wore 44, I think Jay Moore won it. I mean, I know there's other guys that wore it after me, and you just want guys to represent your number. It didn't a big deal. Jay was a good player and stuff like that, so I don't really care, about that. But I do understand where he's at. He won a Heisman. Now, he didn't win a national championship, but Heisman winners, maybe you expected it to be like Joe Burrow. I think his mom's behind it, trying to really be up there with Joe Burrow, and sometimes it's not all created equal, and that's part of it. But I wouldn't get petty.
But you both get a copy. You both have a Heisman Trophy. Why do you need LSU's copy too?
Well, he's trying to disassociate. There's more to this story. his reaction lets you know that he was told something that didn't hold true. Now that might have been with the other coaches or the other coach.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't even have an AD then. I think he was right, and then they finally promoted the assistant AD to the AD.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there was some transition going on. No, they fired their AD.
Yeah, AD's gone. They fired the AD, and then they got the
it-
McNeese guys. The
right,
president,
so
I think AD too.
They might have had conversations prior, but I think he had donated some money though, the NIL, right?
Yeah, I think so. Mhm.
And so I understand that was probably part of the discussion. You can't accept my money and not uphold our deal.
Which is principle. That's fine.
Principle.
Yeah.
Standing on business, boundary, or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
I understand why he's mad about that. I don't know if I would take it away and disassociate myself with LSU because, you know, being at LSU, you know, you benefited off it. So did they. You know, you can voice it and handle business without being petty. And then hopefully cooler heads, come to a head. And I would tell him here, if he was asking me this, I would say, look, dude, that number 5 is on defense, not offense, because he's a corner. And so, I'd leave it at that. It seems like too much for a number, but it lets you know that there was things outside of what's being reported that have not been handled. And if I gave you money for the sense of that my number is going to be, I guess, retired or not going to be given out again, then you dang better do it, because you probably already cashed my check.
Yeah.
Or checks.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And you broke a promise.
Mhm.
And you doubled down on it. And you could, and sure, Lane could say, well, this is new because I'm here. No, it's not. My check ain't new.
Mhm.
Part of that check went to somewhere. That money went somewhere. So, well, then I would say, all right, cool. Then if that's the way it is, let me get my money back. And they ain't giving that money back.
Yeah. Or maybe like, I don't know, endow a scholarship with your money so you get to pick who wears your number if it's going to happen.
That'd be great.
I don't know, something.
Yeah. Open lines of communication. There's some way that you can kind of come to some sort of compromise.
Yeah.
But it lets you know when his reaction is a safe assumption that he was lied to or his people were lied to. And you're not happy about it.
Clearly. He's telling you all about it. Big thanks to Graham Tire for their sponsorship of the show. 4 Lincoln locations. Check them out all across town and the greater Midwest. 402-464-5685, the number 2-hour starter, Heyman Jewelers. Text line, David Freyoff in. We get to hear from you, David. Hope you're doing well. Songbird, Eric, and 1562. Appreciate you guys chiming in as well. We'll keep the starter Heyman Jewelers text line open for you throughout the course of the show. Plenty more to get to over the next 2 hours. Come back with us on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings this summer, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. This summer's cream cheese flavor is pickle. Pair it with a blueberry cobbler iced latte, and don't forget their Berry Breeze dirty soda. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Building a new home can be a challenge. A lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs, quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside's margaritas and old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating
and electrical.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln, this is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Troy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score. Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers. Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is Old School, rolling right along into hour 2 of the show, brought to you by Graham Tire Company. Again, all over the Midwest, proudly serving their neighbors across the Midwest for 75 years. Just wrapped up their anniversary sale. Graham Tire, from brakes to oil changes, all kinds of car and light truck repairs, too. You can trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. It's Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most. 402-464-5685. Jay, just a short segment here before you got to bounce. We'll bring DP in. Kevin Durant gave Russell Westbrook a lot of props on Twitter yesterday. Pretty heartfelt post, which was good to see, right? Two different personalities, two pretty big personalities. So really nice statement from Kevin Durant. Definitely go check it out. KD certainly loves being online and put his time on Twitter to good use there with that post. But which young duo was better? KD and Russ or Shaq and Penny? Starting a team with two of them.
I'll do Shaq and Penny.
KD and Russ or Steph and Clay?
Oh, that's easy. Steph and Clay.
Really? See, I think KD and Russ are less context dependent. I think more had to go right for Steph and Clay to click like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's what I...
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then for sure. KD and Russ, they could just rinse it. You just roll it. They could... Doesn't matter when, they could get busy. But Shaq and Penny are the ultimate between those three comparisons. But yes, because you got to think Steph and Clay was dependent on the stars aligning. Mm-hmm. It's like comparable to Indiana and Kirk Signetti. You needed the coach, you needed the player, you needed the quarterbacks, the magical. You needed Mark Jackson to kind of set forth the foundation and believe in Steph Curry when they were not ready to get rid of him out of the league. But remember, he had injury issues, size issues. Trust me, I know it was like to have bad ankles. But Mark Jackson kind of implemented that along with Draymond Green and saw a mix. And then Steve Kerr took it to obviously outer spaces like Tony Dungy and John Gruden came in with the offense, and the Bucks finally won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Better third wheel in the trio, Dennis Rodman or Draymond Green or James Harden. Let's do it that way. So Jordan Pippen.
James is the last. I would say Dennis Rodman is the ultimate because he has Detroit and Chicago.
San Antonio for a minute, and then that went
Dallas. Yeah. But I'm just saying, as far as championship pedigree, when Dennis Rodman was right, he kind of was a better version of Draymond Green. I mean, but Draymond Green is right there with him.
I'm saying it's tough. What's funny to me is we can't name the sidekick for LeBron. Like, it was Jordan and Pippen for so long. Who was LeBron's best?
Didn't have one.
Teammate.
And
D-Wade,
LeBron,
but that was 4 years.
Yeah, and that's it. And
Kyrie,
and also you
years.
Can't. Everybody will say, "Oh, LeBron played with Shaq." Shaq was not even close.
Come on.
So when LeBron was getting these guys like Shaq and some of these other guys that he had, they were on the last leg on the way out of their career. Where you think of Jordan and Pippen, Steph and Clay, and KD and Russ never won a championship. But we're talking about that. You never got to do it. Even when Clyde Drexler hooked up with Akeem, they still were in their prime.
Yeah.
And it hurt Barkley and then when Barkley went there, because Barkley, even to tell you, he was a little bit overweight.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a credit to LeBron, is the difference of people actually doing their research and understanding it. And
you said the same thing about the coaches, right? Like, he was coached by Eric Spoelstra, but he was still on the come up, et cetera.
Right. It was his rookie. I mean, he wasn't Eric Spoelstra right now.
Right.
He coached by Mike Brown. It's not Mike Brown now. Mike Brown has went to the Warriors, learned a championship pedigree. Had his own franchise there with Sacramento. Now he goes to New York, and that's a different Mike Brown. He'd tell you that. But that's part of when you go number one. You're not going to good franchises. Very rarely do you go number one and get drafted to the best team in the NFL, NBA, or MLB or something like that. So that's just part of it.
Same question. You're starting a team. Jordan and Pippen or Shaq and Kobe?
My team?
Your team.
That's tough. I definitely take Jordan over Kobe. Oh, man. Shaq is just the ultimate equal.
And again, it's not a 2-on-2 game. It's still a 5-on-5 game, but you're starting your team.
Shaq is just a pro. I mean, I guess I'll take Kobe and Shaq reluctantly. I don't know, man. I mean, Pippen and Jordan. I'm going to do Pippen and Jordan because Jordan is just that much better than Kobe. People lie to
But isn't Shaq that much better than Scotty? Again, different positions, different roles.
But what you could do with those guys in this day and age of college or basketball, big men don't play big. Yeah, I'm still Jordan and Pippen.
Bill and Bennett's taking Jordan and Pippen as well. D-Man says, is Jay like me in thinking LeBron James is the greatest?
Yep. He's the greatest basketball player. Jordan's the greatest scorer.
Mm-hmm.
There is a difference, people.
Yeah.
And LeBron plays better defense than you give him credit for.
And Jordan Steele's title was inflated.
It was inflated. It's actually just the NBA doing it because it's something that they want to do. And his dominance is great. They're two greatest players ever. They don't play the same position. They never have.
It's not the same position, not the same style.
Yeah. And
LeBron even told you he's more Magic.
Right. He's more Magic, but he can show you can be LeBron, and Jordan can show you what took Jordan to where he is right now is he implemented more Magic. He gave up shots to win 2 NBA championships.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously then Pippen came, and then contrary to everybody's belief, they were the first super team. You had Jordan, you had Pippen, you had Tony Kukoc, who's a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
You had Rodman.
They bullied mercilessly, but it worked out for him.
Right. So he always had the third superstar.
Mm-hmm. Proto Robert Horry and Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Horace Grant.
Yeah. Horace Grant before that.
Mm-hmm.
That was Horace Grant is
Bill Cartwright was there, right?
Yeah. He wasn't a Hall
Playing
of
a role,
Famer, but Horace Grant was cold-blooded too.
Mm-hmm.
He was a dude. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I know Barkley just came out talking about LeBron going to different teams. Barkley, I love Charles Barkley. I do. There is video of him saying that he wants to go and play with better players.
Yeah.
And then you went to Houston and proceeded to be out of shape.
Even for you.
For you. You proceeded to where Scottie Pippen hated playing with you. What else do you want? You didn't hold up your end of the bargain. Everybody else is in shape, and you're out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, look, man. I mean, I think LeBron has his weaknesses. Jordan had his weaknesses. They're two great players. I know it's going to go on forever, and that's just part of LeBron. There were people that used to hate on Jordan all the time too.
Yeah.
I remember talking to somebody. This is when I was in the NFL. They're like, "Oh, the only reason Jordan came back from his knee injury, he had to jump on like steroids." I'm just like, no. He just worked really, really. And he had stupid ability too, right?
And he bet on himself. Oh,
right.
sorry.
You're right, right. And so everybody has their, vices or deficiencies, and it's different day and age and time because there wasn't a lot of media attention. It was towards the end of Jordan's career. And obviously, as a magnified with LeBron. LeBron's been able to come in the NBA, and the worst thing he did was the decision when he went to Miami. And I don't even, why were people even mad about it? Because he did it on TV?
Because he did it at Boys and Girls Club.
So?
He's going to make a villainous decision, and he tried to use the children and doing it for charity as a shield.
Soften the blow?
Mm-hmm.
That is really looking for something to be mad at. But they invited him back, so they really weren't that mad. Your just feelings were hurt. But yeah, LeBron. I mean, I just wonder who's going to be next. I will tell you, I did see some video of Cooper Flagg. I don't like his release, but I like it because it's more consistent in his 3-point shot, and he's added some stuff to his game.
He has. Reggie Miller's jump shot looked funky too. Worked for him.
That is true, and he was pulling too, quick. Yeah, but and Cooper Flagg's bigger than Reggie Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cooper Flagg is like. Now I'm not comparing him to Larry Bird or anything. I think people. I haven't met Larry Bird. I saw him within that light proximity.
Mm.
You don't realize how big he is.
Yeah, Larry's got some size.
Like how tall he is.
Yeah,
I think that's also a Cooper Flagg too. You don't realize how tall he is, and being such a young kid that's coming to the NBA, he might grow another inch or two.
Yeah,
just because. Look, he classed up, right? NBA.
But don't worry, he would have been the 6th pick in this year's draft.
He would have been 2nd or 3rd.
Says Mr. Caleb Wilson.
Hey,
the only guy beating Cooper Flagg out for that would have been Cam Boozer, except they would have been teammates.
Let me tell you something right now. If he stays healthy, he is going to destroy the league.
Cool. He can be Pascal Siakam.
Nah,
cool. Pascal Siakam, another
Austin,
one. Never seen that before.
I know you Duke or die. You know he's cold-blooded, and he is a straight savage.
Let me.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, your boy is on his list. He already got Boozer. Your boy is on his list.
Well, let me just drop a quote from someone who sits in your chair quite often. He's I.
Who? I was like, who you gonna say? Farley? I thought you were gonna say he need to tighten up. He need to tighten up, like Farley said. You need to tighten up.
Well, think about the program he came from. Of course, he needs to tighten up, but it's not going to be done.
Yeah, North Carolina, man, a lot of talent. You just don't win anything. Year in and year out.
Typical. Not even regular season games. At least Duke has that going for him.
Exactly.
All right, we'll go to break. We'll flip the conversation. Come back with us on Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return-to-work exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $195 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1009974. $195 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10,000 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 8/31/26.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Is there anything worse than paying for something that's done half-assed? You buy something, you want it to work, especially when it comes to your internet. When you're trying to stream a movie, work from home, or shop online, half-assed internet doesn't get it done. At Allo Fiber, we don't do anything half-assed. We offer 100% real fiber and real human support that serves the community from the community. So while others may say they have fiber, in the end, there's half-fast fiber, and then there's Allo Fiber. Allo Fiber, internet built for you.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers, and someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money, and most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where MaintainX comes in. MaintainX catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on MaintainX have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and saved thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try Maintain X free at maintainx.com.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And Electrical.
Hi, I'm Kendall Warnock, owner of A1 Automotive. When it comes to your vehicle, trust matters. At A1 Automotive, we believe in honest inspections, clear communication, and quality repairs done the first time. Whether you drive a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Porsche, our team is committed to keeping you safe on the road. A1 Automotive, where integrity drives everything we do. Please visit us at 5110 State Hill Drive or give us a call, 402-267-4660. Always honest answers.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. It is old school. Jay Foreman off to handle some business. In his place, we bring in DP. DP, a good Friday to you. Welcome in. How are you?
Good Friday, good Friday, good Friday, all.
Got lots to talk about over the next hour and a half or so. Figured you'd be a fun person to have this conversation with. You're going to have it with Jay, but I think we can take this a bunch of fun directions. Major League Baseball's Field of Dreams game was last night. Reds and Phillies, the normal spectacle and show that it is. First of all, how ironic that the Field of Dreams, based on the 8 men out, the Black Sox and all that, down both lines, you have ads for, sports gambling companies. Come on.
Well, okay. So I've often said that sports is maybe the truest mirror for American culture.
Yeah.
That no matter how we say we are, sports shows who we are, right? An accomplishment, training, the human spirit, getting up from a defeat, fighting your way through to success, kind of evening the playing field, etc. But there we are in baseball's iconic moment of the year. As a matter of fact, the most planned of it all. That it just couldn't wait a month after the All-Star game where you did the tribute in proper, right, of baseball across the America, right, in neighborhoods and on small rec fields and across America. And as we gather and love this America's pastime, that in it we couldn't resist saying that money rules, and that at any point, well, listen, Wu-Tang listen, they're prophets. We missed it. Cash rules everything around us. They say cream, cash rules everything around us, dollar bill around me. And it's been loud in college sports and in pro sports. It's not far from high school sports, which is the thing that if you
the money's been there for high school sports. It's just been the travel teams, the AAU, not the high schools themselves. So it's been there.
But that's how it bleeds over. And here's the thing, how America works is that we don't really pay attention to things until they get in our backyard. Right? That's the neighbor's problem, or that's the other neighborhood's problem.
Yeah.
When it becomes the neighbor's problem, we pay attention. But then when it's your next door neighbor, all of a sudden you see that in their moment, they did some things over there. And why? Like, don't tell me that the game couldn't go on without that money. Like that Major League Baseball had to have that money in that space. And that you keep feeding the vices. Like people
in public.
That's people
in public.
Listen, I'm not a drinker. I certainly have a life of indulgence, so I understand. But I said enough. That was just for me. But I'm not putting that on anybody else. I'm not a bettor. I've never been. I love the fact that I didn't get that DNA code.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand people who do. I just think you could have done something else. You could have done something else. And if you tell me that DraftKings and the other assorted betting apps all need to be part of it, because what's going to happen is, imagine, so go with me here. KC makes the World Series.
Mm-hmm. They can still win 90 games.
Right? They make the World Series. So whatever year that is,
mm-hmm.
next year, 2 years, they're in the World Series, and it's Bobby Witt versus Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's on the bump. Again, we have some issues there.
I like my chances, but
we have some betting issues there. But a player on either team runs back to the locker room, grabs their phone, and hits a few buttons.
Mm-hmm.
There on the screen pops 3-2 pitch. What will Ohtani throw, and what will the result be?
Mm.
And there will be a large percentage of the country who is fully engaged and willing to make that bet on time without recognizing what's happened.
Yeah.
So we have to be really careful that,
mm-hmm.
first of all, again, shout out to the Royals in fantasy, right? Getting to the show.
Still won one more recently than the Yanks. Let me throw that out there.
I was not going to do that.
I think it's Bubba on the text lane's always coming after me about trading for Bobby Witt Jr. You know what, Bubba?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
Still
right?
won one more recently than your guys.
Leave my 7 alone. But what happens when that thing that we just talked about happens when it's Omaha West and Millard North? What happens when it's Pius X and Lincoln in a state basketball game, right? That some kid is being yelled at by some adult because the adult has made a bet on a high school game.
Which goes back to something you say all the time. Adults, you have the choice, but you don't have to allow this.
They had
the
choice to not do this. I mean, again, make your money, boo. It's what
you're there to do, to a degree.
Pimp's gonna pimp. Right, right. Like I understand the hustle. Do your thing, man. It's not for me. Like I love my American freedom to say, okay, you do you, but that's just not for me. But as my guy says, it looks good on you. So yeah, it's a full thing, right?
The other part of the conversation, then, DP, and I was kicking this around with Connor a little bit in show prep. Other sports don't do Field of Dreams. They don't play a game at a stadium where the stadium was a main character in the movie, right? Field of Dreams, it has the whole cast of characters, James Earl Jones, Kevin Costner, et cetera, et cetera. But a big piece of the movie was the field. And Connor mentioned, college football have that in the Rose Bowl, and is that Canton for the NFL? Not so much. So if the NBA and the NFL were to go back through their entire history of filmography, cinematography, for basketball movies and football movies, to do something like Major League Baseball did with Field of Dreams, where are the NBA and NFL playing? What are they building?
The NBA is playing in twofold. Two choices depending on what your idea of iconic is. It's either Madison Square Garden, the old Madison Square Garden. It should have been the Boston Garden with the parquet floor, right? Let's take it back where it's a little weird, but actually it's Hoosiers, and that I'm sad to say that. I'm sad to say that is so, because the game is so much more than the small details of Hoosiers, but that's why the movie ranks.
Hoosiers was there for me. The other one that stood out to me, Coach Carter. The gym is a main character in that movie.
Yeah.
The way Coach Carter uses it, the lines, the locking him out. To me, I think the gym is a character in that movie.
Can I tell you that was my practice gym for 6 months?
Pretty sick.
That gym,
pretty sick.
As a matter of fact, a lot of my players at the time, I was in the ABA with the Los Angeles Aftershock, and we played our summer league. The ABA summer league was in LA. And then the practices were there at that high school. And as a matter of fact, in the movie, a lot of my players, so guys like Chip Connor and Darren Burr, they were some of the extras, the basketball extras in that. And there was that part of me that I'm in the gym, and I, when Samuel looks over, and you just kind of want to go, yeah, I'll come. Okay, sure, I can do that. So yeah, that gym matters. I think you'd be okay but for the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not college basketball, but NBA. I think it really is to think the old spectrum in Philly.
Yeah.
There are still some announcers from back in the day.
Yeah.
In Utah, the building still stands. It's the Salt Palace. The ABA Salt Palace, where the Utah Jazz initially played, still stands. As a matter of fact,
How about that?
It's their big convention center, and you could have events in it. The NFL.
We'll get the text line says for NBA Rucker Park. But again, we're going for like the cinematography angle.
Well,
NBA
Rucker Park is it. Rucker
fits.
Park would be if you want one. There's just not enough people, but that was kind of the beauty of Rucker Park was that people were watching from trees and on fences, which would never happen now.
No. And 3341 says Clark Park in Philly.
There are some places you could go to McDonough Arena in DC, where a lot of the NBA guys play summer league. You could go to the Pyramid in Long Beach because that's where the NBA Summer League was. It's Long Beach State, but that's where a lot of NBAers got their first NBA action. I don't think any of the old buildings are around anymore. Quite
Not
frankly,
enough of them,
right?
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Key Arena in Seattle, but I mean
it's
that
not
can
even
be
being
used,
used,
again.
right?
Yeah.
It's not even being used.
Yeah.
I don't know that you could do that. I think you would end up having to. I would wonder if you could cross over and have like an NBA game at Jerry World, like at an indoor football stadium.
If college basketball can do it, why can't the NBA?
Well, you would have to ask the NBA that. Like, I'm not giving you my money. That's traffic, right? That's money that I could bring to my building and do the same work.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, Nebraska volleyball and PBA. Why? Well, just small things, but small things add up to a bunch of big things. So yeah, Rucker Park would be, outdoor. You could make an event, an exhibition, a Rucker Park exhibition. But I don't think you could do a game.
No, I'm with you.
I don't think you could do a game.
You mentioned Jerry World. You mentioned Texas. That to me was the closest parallel, closest comp for the NFL. Could we build a Friday Night Lights stadium out in West Texas for the NFL to play a game at?
They exist already. But again, Lambeau Field, Gino, that's a good one. Lambeau Field, Soldier Field would be the two, but Soldier Field doesn't have the feel of old Soldier Field.
And no one likes playing there.
Yeah, there's several reasons.
Yeah.
There's several reasons.
It might be in Indiana next year. We'll have to see.
The ham and bean, the ham and eggers, man. The ham and beans. Let's do it. Change the R to an N, and I'm all in, man. I'm all in. Lambeau would be the thing. I think for a lot of this, it's better in memory anyway. RFK Stadium in DC, they just knocked it down. Literally just knocked it down. It wasn't a great park.
No, you've said that, and that's been the reputation.
It wasn't a great stadium. It wasn't a great. It just wasn't. It wasn't that easy to get to, or get out of, and it was right next to the Potomac on the back end of it. So our tailgate was literally on the Potomac, and then we would walk in the back door of the stadium. But the stadium rocked. I mean, they're putting in the new stadium the kind of bleachers or seating that rocks, which from an engineering standpoint, wonderful, beautiful thing.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Memorial. It would have to be a football stadium that also doubles as a baseball stadium in order to get the old feel. Right.
Yeah.
So
Oco
Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, which I think they finally just knocked down.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they knocked that down. It just, it hung out. I mean, the Ravens never, they don't need it. The Orioles don't need it. You have Camden Yards. So
the other options I came up with, the one that would never happen, longest yard. I mean, the field is the main character in some ways in that movie. The other one is facing the Giants.
You want them in
the
a
bear
prison?
crawl.
You want
I
them
do
in a
not,
prison?
DP, which
You
is
want
why I
them-
said it's not going to happen.
You want them in a prison?
I'm just thinking movies where the field is the main character.
Some would stay. Some would stay, and some would be way too familiar. It's like, oh, how you doing?
Hey,
how you
long
doing?
time no see, Jimmy.
How you doing? Good to have you. I think the Little League aspect, but big time Little League now, iconic Little League doesn't exist anymore.
No,
you're not doing it. You're not doing it. You're just not doing it. I mean, shout out to Lincoln Youth trying to do it in the right way, where it becomes a third place, like a meeting place.
Yeah,
where several groups. That was Little League for me, was the fact that no matter what age group or who the organization was, you got to watch football. You got to see everybody play and see the evolution of growth, what it would look like as you mature from 8 years old to 15 before you went to high school. So I don't know that you could do that in most places. I'm sure, like, some cornfield somewhere in the Midwest, somebody could dig out a
Find
stadium.
something.
Like you could dig out. But Texas does probably the best. I've played in some places. You know what? Strike that. There are some places in Nevada and in Utah that get real close. Like
Okay.
we played at an Indian reservation, and it was a Native American school, and that was a thing, bro. We had to drive by bus 4 hours to get there, but it was an experience. Like and everybody in the town showed up. Like it was the thing. It had that kind of vibe. Yeah. Once you got past the fear, it was really cool. But it was like, hey man, we are visitors. We are visitors.
Yes. Absolutely. You mentioned that feel. Will we ever get that back? Is that a nostalgia thing, or do you think that still exists to a degree? Is the money in high school sports taking that away? How do you view that?
Well, I mean, again, depends on parts of the country. Because again, in Utah, there were places. I mean, even places here in Nebraska where the high school games are played with tractor lights and trucks parked, on the side of the side of the stadium, because they didn't have lights or don't have lights. So that, quite frankly, as the people say, for 10 times a year, what do we really need? There may be other more priorities in need than the field that we're going to use 10 times.
Yeah.
But the Christian Academy I coached at in Utah, that's what it was. When I tell you we were on the side of a mountain,
like mountain.
The football field. So we had to go.
Was this the bus school?
Yes.
Okay.
So we had to walk down from the school down like this path to get just to practice, because the football field set aside, and the fence. So they made the opposing team stand on the side towards the cliff.
Makes sense.
And there's a fence behind you, but I would say that there's maybe 15, 20 yards behind you. So much so that the opposing parents and family stood on the sidelines behind the line. Like they had a line. Yeah, but the sight line, it's the Wasatch Mountains, and you're just every day at practice, there would be a time where I would just pause. I would stop a drill. I literally, my head coach would get mad at me. I would stop the drill, and I said, let's just pause. I want you to look at what God did. Like, I need for you to sit, like, we're sitting on the side, and the Wasatch and snow capped already, even in September. The clouds sometimes would drop below the mountaintops, right? Then, rainbows would arc, and then this, on the sunny days where it would peek through a peak, like the sun would peek through a mountain peak. And
Is that the best backdrop you've seen in sports, coaching or attending games or playing?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is Utah. A lot of it is Utah. BYU, go to BYU game. Getting there is torture. But once you're there, what do you do? It's just amazing. Yeah, it's and then even at University of Utah, you're sitting at Huntsman Stadium, but you're looking out into the mountains. And I said the last time I was back there a couple of weeks ago, I just said it never gets old. It never. There's not one time that I've ever flown back to Salt Lake City and not just paused and went, "Way to go, God, man! Whatever that, man, that is
you knew something.
that you go off like it was. We don't take time. There's some spots. I mean, again, quite frankly, when we go down to Haymarket Park and we're up in the suite, if you don't pause, like that's a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I don't know what your day at work was like. I don't know what your sight lines are, but I'm looking at Memorial, Pinnacle Bank,
Lincoln
Haymarket.
Skyline.
Like it's just
all
so.
of it.
The beauty of sports is that it puts you in those places. You do kind of remember those and sigh and exhale. But Utah does it pretty well.
Crowbait wants to know how many footballs were lost over the cliff.
So many because so this was 3
punters, quarterbacks. Who was it?
Usually opposing teams mainly.
Goofing around or
well, I mean, if you're kicking and you miss the net, valley, like straight to the valley, like, and there's no getting it back. Like there's no.
Do you see any animals ever pop up the cliff?
Oh, let me tell you, there was a practice in October where we walked down the hill and there's a mountain lion.
Hello.
Hanging out in the end zone. And we immediately said, we're going to the basketball gym.
Uncle Roger.
That stadium is his. It belongs to him now. Like that, we are not even having this discussion. And it was maybe the quickest decision a group of coaches ever made.
Not doing that one today.
That belonged to him now.
Try again tomorrow.
I understand now the BYU Cougar thing. I was like, okay, I get it now. I understand why that's a thing.
Checks out.
So yeah, that and there were some wasps. Utah, it's the Beehive State.
Yes. And the Wasp Hive State, apparently.
Well, we had one that again there was a seam, so you had the old blocking sled. And again, it's not used. It's sitting in a shed for 8 months out of the year, and then you pull it out in late August and you get to work on it. But nobody had checked it, right? It looks good, it works, like you hit a pad and everything's fine. We get out there the first day of line drills, and I was the O&D line coach. And the first time the kid lines up and hits the pad, through a seam, through a crack, here came it was a whole gang of wasps. And let me tell you, if you wanted they should have we had been timed to the 40. We should have timed it when the wasp came out of that pad. Like, because everybody was a step quicker than they were all season long. And that was the constant joke throughout the years that you've been loafing all of this time. I didn't know you could move that fast.
If you show me you can do it
once. You can do it all the time. You can do it all the time. We actually we petitioned to change the nickname to the Wasp, because it was like, no, that's who we are. Yeah. Like, that's who we are, quite frankly.
The closest I ever came to that was not on my own practice field. Of all places, DP, it was at Northwestern's new facility. Went out there in college to call a Nebraska Northwestern game there, early Scott Frost. And the buddies and I that went back were just, taking a walk through campus, just get the lay of the land. And we walked past Northwestern's facility. That's the first thing you see gleaming right there on the shores of Lake Michigan, all that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the football practice field, certainly a multi-purpose field. I'm sure football used it. Yeah. I think soccer, maybe lacrosse. It seems like a Northwestern thing to have.
Yeah.
13 skunks and around the practice field. Walking across the path, and we're like, we got to get back home. Not walking all the way back through campus. We're going for it. And we avoided everything. We avoided disaster. I've never seen that many skunks gathered in one place, and I would not have guess Northwestern would have been the place.
Yeah, it's Chicago. Who knows? Evanston. You don't know what that is. Gino hits a point. The outdoor rink in Mystery, Alaska is an exceptional pull.
Okay, there we go.
That's an exceptional pull.
Okay.
Right. But you have to have Russell Crowe. Like it has to be Russell Crowe.
Yeah. I'm sure he's available, right? For that?
Yeah, no.
Let's go ahead and go to break. We'll wrap up hour 2 of Old School. Your chance to win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings on the other side.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, I'm Kendall Warnock, owner of A1 Automotive. When it comes to your vehicle, trust matters. At A1 Automotive, we believe in honest inspections, clear communication, and quality repairs done the first time. Whether you drive a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Porsche, our team is committed to keeping you safe on the road. A1 Automotive, where integrity drives everything we do. Please visit us at 5110 State Hill Drive or give us a call, 402-267-4660. Always honest answers.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and
and electrical.
Building a new home can be a challenge. A lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You plan everything, the schedules, the meals, the activities. But at the Nebraska State Fair, you don't have to plan a thing. Baby animals, fair food, rides, free entertainment, and 11 days of memories your kids will never forget. You just have to show up. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers, and someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money, and most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where Maintain X comes in. Maintain X catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on Maintain X have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and saved thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try Maintain X free at maintainx.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket.
We're wrapping up hour 2 of Old School, full hour 3 to go, taking you up to your lunch hour. We are helping you beat the lunch rush with some help from our friends at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Got a couple locations here in Lincoln. 2-part trivia question for you. Who is the Big Ten Conference's all-time leading passer in terms of career passing yards? Most career passing yards for any Big Ten quarterback. And how many yards did they throw for? Let us know, 402-464-5685.
Wrong.
First person in with the correctly spelled name and correct number of passing yards will win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. DP, we're going to give people and the names that it is not. These are all the players in Big Ten history, except the lead player, until we get the answer, with 10,000 or more passing yards. Number 7, Brett Basanas.
Who?
From Northwestern.
Never in the history of this station have we said those two words together as a name. Never been done.
2002 through 2005 at Northwestern. Brett Basanas threw for 10,580 yards. Number 6, Sean Clifford at Penn State.
Which is just weird. It's just weird.
Number 5, Clayton Thorson at Northwestern.
Longevity has its benefits.
Number 4, Drew Brees at Purdue. Basketball on grass, Joe Tiller.
Is he the GOAT of the Big Ten quarterbacks?
Not in terms of passing yards, but we can have that conversation.
But yeah, if you said, which would be a good one for each position, kind of because I think the identity of the Big Ten's changed, right? So yes.
Number 3, Adam Weber from Minnesota.
Weber! Look at you go.
With 1B, not 2 B's, 1B.
Look at you go. Wow.
Number 2, Curtis Painter from Purdue.
Man, do we not bathe in basic? This is amazing. This is amazing. Oh, okay.
And our winner, first one in with the number that I am seeing on Sports Reference, that I've seen on Maryland's website as well, is T. Rowdy in Cedar Creek. You win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings for the answer of Taulia Tagovailoa with 11,256 yards for the Terps.
Fear the turtle.
Taulia Tagovailoa's name in the news, DP, because he led American Samoa to a 38-32 upset victory over Team USA flag football. First time in 14 years. Team USA goes down as Taulia Tagovailoa and American Samoa doing the deed.
Who quarterbacked Team USA? Does it say?
We'll have to see.
Because they need to be hurt. Like they need to be like. Listen, bro, you lost. You did.
2026 U.S. men's flag national team roster. Process of pulling it up. Let's see here.
Yeah, we need to talk about
quarterback. And Nico Casares is listed as a quarterback. Daryl Doucette was the guy that was talking about the NFL guys couldn't hack it in flag football. Also listed as a quarterback. Antonio Coleman, quarterback athlete.
See, this is why. Drew Brees would have never lost to
True.
Drew Brees would have never lost.
Truth.
Like I'm just pointing out. Like, you think Lamar would lose? You think Lamar would lose? You think Josh Allen would lose?
No.
Right? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? This is how the dream team was built. This is how the dream team. You get tired of Team USA losing to people they shouldn't lose to. So let's just find somebody from the Big Ten who used to beat Maryland all the time and work this out, because there's no way we should let Talia knock off the USA.
Yeah, that part. Is it? Are we when you ask for best Big Ten quarterback, based on their time in the Big Ten?
Yes,
probably got to be Drew Brees then, right? Because then, I mean, Tom Brady takes the cake from Michigan, but not in college.
But not in college.
Troy Smith,
I would think a Buckeye,
maybe. JT Barrett put up the numbers.
2 years of Buckeye.
Yeah,
right. At least 2 years. Right?
Yeah,
so that there's some longevity.
Brian Griese.
I
don't think so.
I don't.
I'm just throwing out the names.
I don't know. Because you have to think of quarterbacks who played multiple years at the Rose Bowl, so that you were iconic in at least.
Well, Brees only got the one there.
And winning the Big Ten, right? But Tommy didn't play Big Ten.
No, he did not. So the names just on the passing list here as we continue down the list: Chad Henne, Tanner Morgan, JT Barrett, Mark Herman, Aiden O'Connell, Chuck Long, Connor Cook, Kirk Cousins, John Navarre, Kyle Orton, and Tommy Armstrong Jr., your top 20 career passing leaders.
Which tends to land where I say that stats doesn't lead to wins.
Yeah.
Stats doesn't always equate to wins.
Well, I think there's a reason you see 2 Purdue quarterbacks and 2 Northwestern quarterbacks in the top 7.
Sometimes you gotta throw it.
You gotta zag.
Sometimes you gotta sling it. Like, okay. Like, you're too far behind to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You're behind too far too often to run the ball. So
yeah. Eric does remember the Curtis Painter days with the Colts. Yes, I've tried to block those out.
I know you were just your eyes drifted out the window and you're thinking of your Painter Colts days.
I'm trying to remember the year, because I think the 2 quarterbacks for the Colts in that gap year between Manning and Luck were Curtis Painter and Dan Orlovsky.
I'm sorry. Should we call a therapist?
Here's the thing. I did go from Manning to Luck, and so I don't have much room to complain, but now the Colts are back on the normal NFL struggle bus in terms of quarterbacks. And so I don't want to complain, but I do think I have a little bit of room for it. But I won't make my perturbations over loud.
Yeah, still complain. Because nobody should have to go through that.
Three guys started a game for the Colts in that 2-14 year that netted them Andrew Luck. Curtis Painter, Dan Orlovsky, and Kerry Collins.
KC.
39-year-old Kerry Collins, 26-year-old Curtis Painter, and 28-year-old Dan Orlovsky.
KC, maybe. Listen, at some point we need to do a show based on the quarterbacks of the NFL who were the best drinkers.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Like, we could go straight to the Hall of Fame. We could go straight to the Hall of Fame. That there are some prolific drinkers who lead NFL teams over the course of history. And let me tell you, KC could get it done, Bear. KC could
put in some work.
Oh man, listen, KC was iconic.
If I had to guess, DP, if I told you that only one quarterback led the Indianapolis Colts to a win in that season between Painter, Orlovsky, and Collins, one guy was the starter for both wins.
I would say Kerry, just from the fact that he would find a way.
Dan Orlovsky. Orlovsky went 2-3 as the starter. Painter 0-8. Collins 0-3.
Wow. Those 2 games are why we have to listen to Dan Orlovsky right now.
The 2 teams that ended up losing to the Colts. So they started the year 0-13. They beat Tennessee and Houston.
Oh man.
It's all too predictable.
Yeah, that's a little too weird, bro. That's a little too much.
Well, let's go ahead and go to break. We'll head into hour 3 of Old School. And DP, we're going to have some fun in Husker land.
Yes.
Going to draw some comparisons. They're not perfect, but I think there's some potential parallels that we can talk about.
I saw this evil witchcraft you were about to put on people.
I was hoping you did, and I think it's going to be fun to talk about. Husker football and basketball parallels in hour 3.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they're committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perchmerch.com.
You plan everything, the schedules, the meals, the activities. But at the Nebraska State Fair, you don't have to plan a thing. Baby animals, fair food, rides, free entertainment, and 11 days of memories your kids will never forget. You just have to show up. It all happens here at the Nebraska State Fair, August 28th through September 7th in Grand Island. Visit statefair.org.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating
and electrical.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly, NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive in Seward. We're more than just an automotive repair shop. We're part of this community. Our mission is simple: serve people well, build trust, and provide reliable vehicle repairs at a fair price. From oil changes to diagnostics, major repairs, we're here to help keep your family safe on the road. A1 Automotive, 408 Main Street, Seward, Nebraska.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
Your line just went down. Production stopped. A supervisor wants answers, and someone's digging through a binder for the maintenance history. Every one of those minutes costs money, and most of the time, that breakdown could have been prevented. That's where Maintain X comes in. MaintainX catches the failure before it happens. Preventive maintenance plans on every key asset to improve reliability. Work orders assigned and tracked right from your phone. Everyone from the floor to the front office is in the loop. Real-time dashboards give managers instant visibility into what's been completed, what's overdue, and where the bottlenecks are. No more guesswork. Just a smarter, faster maintenance operation. Companies on MaintainX have cut unplanned downtime by over 30% and save thousands on parts and labor every year. See what it can do for your operation. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln, this is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Coy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score! Woo! Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour 3 of Old School off and running. Austin Orman, Derek Pearson with you for the next hour here on a rainy Friday in the capital city. Not seeing a bunch of wheelchairs or people out and about, DP, so I'm not sure if we'll get our own in the pit moment here this morning, but we'll hold out hope or something like that.
No, well, let's hope that nobody's car breaks down. Nobody gets caught in a quick flash flood and can't roll their cart or scooter through where it is. It is interesting being across from a hotel. There's several things that is like, Austin, we could literally do play-by-play for the people going in the hotel.
Oh man,
right? And it is not. There are days when I wish this was Motel 6 just for the narrative, but I'm glad it's not.
Right?
Like I'm glad
everything else.
I'm glad that it's not. And I can't wait for the Chop House. But it's, what is this family going through? What brings you to a hotel in downtown Lincoln on August 14th? What are we doing? What are we doing?
You want to share your story? We're right across the street.
What do we?
We'll talk to you.
No, I mean, is it a wedding? Is it
a concert?
Concert
once in a lifetime.
Dropping off kids like for school, but you should have done that last week.
Are you from a town of 2,000 where big city Lincoln is your vacation getaway?
The number of people who that is true for,
it's a thing. It's a thing.
It stuns me on a daily basis of who walks in this coffee shop and says, "Oh, this is big city.
This is bucket list for me." And I love Lincoln. I grew up here. I'm not knocking it, but
oh man, I
was having a conversation with a media colleague not that long ago who took the family on vacation to Des Moines. And I've heard sneaky good things about Des Moines as a vacation city, but it's one of those things that if you're from the city, is not the vacation spot necessarily.
The people who drive 4 hours from whatever part of Nebraska that's not Lincoln to come into the university college town or the universal city that is Lincoln, capital city that is Lincoln. And I forget that part on a regular basis, that it's the capital city, not Omaha. Right. Yeah. It is the capital city, and there's so much history.
It always will be, gosh dang it.
Yeah. And the history, shout out to my art friends who pointed out to me a bit ago about the architecture of Lincoln and the history behind the buildings. And again, that's the thing where you have to pause and just pay attention. You look up and go, well, I see how unique that is. I would love to have seen it be built, like these majestic buildings being built.
And that was the crown jewel.
Right? Without the technology that we currently have. So,
yeah.
Always good. But yeah, the stories of people headed to the hotel, that is always like, oh, yeah, Oh, but you live here.
right.
You live here. Okay, cool.
We're going to go ahead and try to tie some Husker football and Husker basketball stories together. But first, need to tell you about the good folks over at Graham Tire Company, celebrating 75 years of serving the Midwest. More than just tires. Now, they do plenty of tires as well. So if you're slipping and sliding in the rain, get to Graham Tire. But they do all kinds of car and light truck repairs, too. From brakes to oil changes, trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most. 402-464-5685. And DP, you mentioned the thing I posted last night after some reflection. And I thought it'd be a fun topic to bring to air. And I think we can do some discussion on this. I intentionally left some context out of the tweet, right? It's a limited format. Got more time to expand here. And so I got lots of comments. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by this comparison? Like, guys, that's why I highlighted the expanded thoughts tomorrow on Old School. Part of this,
I heard some of the thoughts of people as they read that tweet.
The tweet was this: Dylan Raiola equals Bryce McGowens, Anthony Calandria equals Keisei Tominaga, Trey Taylor equals Dawson Batty. Let's just take these in order. And friend of the station, Bryce McGowens, right? Dylan Raiola as well. The comparison is this: highly touted 5-star freshman, early on in a coach's tenure, walked into the building with a lot of outside noise, pressure, expectations, whatever it is you want to define it, played better than you might give them credit for, will be remembered more fondly, would have been more ideal for arguably their careers and for Nebraska had they come along 5 years later in terms of maximization. The baseline thought.
The baseline thought is that it makes all the sense in the world that timing matters. Time and geography matters. I don't know that we could say that we've had a more talented football player at Nebraska in the last 30 years, 20 years. Like last 20
Naturally.
years? Last 20 years?
Sure.
Yeah.
Entertain. Yeah.
Right? Same in basketball.
Yep. Bryce was that dude coming in, deserved a 5-star. Silky smooth.
And it shows up currently where he is, right? So it makes all the sense in the world. So yes, ideally a different time would have had a different outcome and a different story. But here's my thing, and not to miss it, they were both necessary.
Yes.
They were both necessary for each of those programs to be inevitably what they want to be. They had to go through their Bryce and Dylan phase. Like that was part of the growth and healing.
Yes.
Necessary. Necessary.
It's a big piece of it. And I think that for all the bagging on him, the ragging on him, that fans, media, et cetera, did while they were here, they were so good for the program in the long run. And you need to give them credit for that. Were they perfect? No, they were young. They were freshmen. In Dylan's case, a sophomore, right? McGowan's was the one and done. Raiola was the 2 and scoot, if you will, into the transfer portal. But Bryce McGowan's, I still think should have been freshman of the year in the Big Ten. We got that replied to the tweet. Had a heck of a year. Missed a couple games down the stretch, but you could see Nebraska starting to turn toward the end of that year. You got to give Bryce McGowan his credit for that. And speaking of starting to turn, Dylan Raiola was the quarterback that led Nebraska to its first bowl game in far too long. Which again, minor things, but still a step in the right direction. I think those two young men deserve their share, not too much, but not too little, of the credit for that happening.
Yeah, and they both had a game that could have changed the elevation and location. Bryce being NC State and that overtime.
Yeah.
If they win that one, it's a whole
Who knows?
different party along the way. And Dylan had, Ohio State was in the fold. Like it was there. It's one play. It's one Dylan play away from being the upset of the season. Just didn't happen.
James Kidd says, I don't get a Dylan and Bryce comparison at all. Was Dylan ever in all Big Ten as a freshman? Again, this is why you listen to the segment, and there's more context provided. I got this one a couple times as well. First and foremost from Connor Clark on Twitter, and then we get the text from our friend Dan down at Canopy. Calandria hasn't done anything yet. I understand, which is, again, why we have the segment. Give me a chance to explain. Keisei Tominaga put up some crazy numbers at Ranger Junior College, right? One of the best at that level. He had to translate it up. Anthony Calandria, got the power conference taste, but then went down, put up some pretty crazy numbers at a lower level, right? UNLV Mountain West Conference earning player of the year. undersized, spark plug, what they could mean. Do I think that Anthony Colandrea is going to be the guy we look back on as the legend? No. But who would have thought that about Keisei Tominaga coming in? I think both these guys, with their stature, the excitement factor that they can bring, making plays you wouldn't expect from someone, quote unquote, their size, again, part of the turn. I think that's where this is, right? Keisei Tominaga wasn't the guy to lead Nebraska to its first NCAA tournament win. He was one of the guys that got Nebraska there. I don't think Anthony Colandrea is going to be the guy to lead Nebraska to its first college football playoff appearance or win. But I think there's a chance he's got to play well. He's got to prove it that he could be the guy that gets the ship steered somewhat in the right direction again, continuing the turn from Raiola.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. It's kind of the reverse Adrian Martinez aspect of it.
Sure.
But yeah, that Keisei basketball folks understood the Keisei hype before he got here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Ranger is not UNLV or Virginia.
No.
But yeah, I don't know that. I don't know what the Colandrea story is going to be, quite frankly.
Are you scared, intrigued, fascinated? How ready are you to find out in 3 Saturdays?
Okay, so here's where I stand, and it is a skill. It is a honed, purposeful skill that I rather enjoy clearing the dry erase board and being present for whatever it is. Because if I go into it with preconceived ideas about Colandrea, I'm going to be wrong, and I'm going to be distracted. If I go in and think he's too good, that puts an expectation on that doesn't belong on him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it is, so why would there be any expectation?
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same way about freshmen.
Yeah,
but
and you're consistent on that.
Yeah, with transfers, it is that we're not putting. Think about it this way: if somebody said the most important transfer to Nebraska football, I'm not sure that it's Colandrea. Some might say it's Babalati.
Yeah.
Some might say it's on the defensive side of the ball.
Chambliss, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and we're not putting those expectations on them. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone said it was Pritchett last year, right? Coming in, big tackle from Alabama.
The fairness would be clean slate. Like, okay, they're going into camp. There's gonna be 1,000 reps before they kick off to Ohio, where all of the story is being told. We just don't know it. So that's fine. We're gonna get to September 5, 11 o'clock. We won't have to wait long, thank God, right? And we'll get up that morning, and then we'll see, and it'll be ta-da. This is the gestation period. It's like your child. You know that it's coming. The announcement's been made. You have hopes and dreams for it, but you cannot put expectation on it because you just don't know until you know. So I think that way, that there are people who think, I don't want to know about the labor, show me the baby. That's kind of the Colandrea thing for me. I don't know that I want to ride with high school Colandrea or Virginia Colandrea or UNLV Colandrea. I need to just wait and watch Nebraska Colandrea and accept it for what it is.
It's what you're saying, and then we get this from Dan from Canopy. You can't compare football to basketball this time. Basketball's had way more success with less talent on paper. But Dan, that's part of the fun of this segment, is that I'm not saying that Anthony Colandrea is Keisei Tominaga. If you go back, I said he has a chance to be. And think about where basketball was. Basketball was in a worse spot than football was. And so if football is going to follow the general outline of the blueprint, to identify who they are, to get more talent in the building, to have players step up and make plays, to have coaches that you hang your hat on that lead and form that identity, I see some similarities to where it could be possible for Colandrea to be that. I'm not saying he is that. I understand. He's got to play. He's got to prove it. But think about, coming from a lower level, smaller in stature guy, there's other programs passed on him. You hope you find a diamond in the rough. Yes, he's got to go prove it. I understand that.
I would have said, if you said Keisei, that an interesting comp is actually Bryce Williams. that coming from a smaller program and then coming to Nebraska and then elevating to the way that you did, nobody knew Bryce Williams would leave here with the stats. Like we had no idea, which again is part and parcel why I say let's be present. Let's get to it and let's see.
The part of the Bryce comp that would scare me is the second year where Bryce had to do everything.
Yeah.
And we get this from Scape. All Calandre has to do is distribute the ball. He'll be better, throw it away when you need to, et cetera, et cetera. If Nebraska football asks as much of Anthony Calandria as basketball did of Bryce Williams in 2024-25, I think you'll see the same thing you saw from 2018 through 2023.
Off the wheels. Yeah, off the rails. Listen, we didn't know how good or not good Dylan was last year and Latif was last year because and part of the story too is that did Nebraska fully utilize Emmett Johnson? Wouldn't that have been a great
I don't know.
27 carry a game sort of deal? Now, again, he's fresh going to KC, and that makes all the wonder in the world. And he did a lot out of the backfield. But I don't want for Calandria what we ended up putting on Adrian Martinez.
Yeah.
I just I that movie is still too fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
That a mobile quarterback with good passing skills, but questionable decision after wear and tear. Fatigue made a coward of us all. It wasn't that he didn't make good decisions normally. It's he's run 18 times, taken 24 hits, fourth quarter, critical moment. The wear and tear got him.
Yeah.
Do you want that for Calandria? Because
can't afford that.
But that's what appears to be the messaging that his mobility is going to do some things for us that are good for Big Ten football wins, which you can tell me that that's true. But you also, again, this is a Nebraska playbook. We've seen this movie before. And is that what you want? Do you want Calandria beat up the way Martinez was?
You can't afford that. Plain and simple can't happen. I've described it, DP, as Nebraska can't ask its quarterbacks to play Superman all the time, right? Sometimes, you're always going to be more than Clark Kent, right? Just by nature of the position of quarterback, right? You're not just going to get to the business suit and the glasses. But Nebraska does need to be able to have, I think, some of that aspect where in crunch time and big moments, sure, put on the Superman cape, go make a play. But to ask him to do it for 60 minutes, 12 times a year, maybe 13 in the bowl game, there's a reason Nebraska starters haven't made it through an entire season healthy.
If you look
so long.
But this is why I say to people, okay, you have to look at his film with Virginia against the ACC. So you see him against Clemson and Wake and et cetera. And then you see him at UNLV. But again, what you saw in the Mountain West Conference was different than what you would see in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
We don't know this version of Calandria. We just don't.
How could we?
We don't. We don't know him with this line. We don't know him with this coordinator. We do not know him with this receiver group. We don't know him with this running game. We just don't know. So what he will be able to do or be asked to do, nobody here can tell me what the ideal Calandria stat line looks like. You can't tell me what the Apex Calandria play call sheet looks like. Why?
Because they shouldn't know yet either.
They can't know. They cannot know. You can't know. If you tell me what's going to be play number one, is that zone read? Is that option? Is that quick slant? Mesh concepts? What are we saying? Wide receiver screen? All of which get some visceral reaction from Nebraska fans.
Full rollout, half rollout pocket, etc.
Each of those things, you've seen it so recently without the level of success that you would want. So the concern would be of the 6 play types that I mentioned, the likelihood that one of them is the Nebraska identity going into Ohio.
Yeah.
But we don't know. So we're speculating and we're guessing just like everybody else.
And we will keep the final comparison that I made. It's all speculation because we don't know at this point. But I would say this. I think that Trey Taylor and Dawson Batty both represent the next chance for these respective coaching staffs at that high-level talent bite at the apple.
Why Batty?
That's a young man that Nebraska has really gotten back in the conversation for. There's been more reporting for. And I think think about how much conversation there's been from, Nebraska staff couldn't talk about him because he wasn't committed. But there's a lot of time, effort, energy poured into recruiting Trey Taylor. And I don't think you're going to do that and promote this young man and bring him back for all these events if you don't think he's the ideal of what you want. And I think for Batty, he represents a lot of what Fred Hoiberg, Nate Lenzer, the staff are looking for out of that wing forward position. McGowan's was a guard / wing, but I think Batty, the comparison that I think a lot of Iowa State fans would go back to be there's some George Niang there. Those are Fred's best teams. And so we don't know. We haven't seen them, but Nebraska's putting in a lot of time and effort into recruiting Trey Taylor and into recruiting Dawson Batty. Again, it's all wait and see. Taylor's committed. Batty isn't.
But he's better than Williams, McGowan's.
Not right now, but it's the next evolution of it. Is can you get a high level prospect? Can you beat out some big name schools for a high level prospect and then maximize them?
Well, the maximizing part. Question mark.
For sure. Which is, again, why it's just, I think there's a general overarching comparison, if not all the nitty gritty, and so much is still to be written.
I would love to at some point have that conversation and compare them to Nebraska volleyball and Nebraska wrestling, because I think that would be more.
Those bring in high level talent all the time and maximize. Right. Yeah, no, I think that's all there. So fun discussion there. We'll keep the final half an hour of Old School open for you on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line, 402-464-5685. Your reaction to those comparisons and breakdown. We'll do that next on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion with Window World Lincoln. Are you ready to transform your home? We offer exceptional replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing that will elevate your home's curb appeal and value. As a nationally known, locally owned business, we treat you like family and work tirelessly to deliver the best for less. Don't wait to give your home the upgrade it deserves. Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or check out windowworldlincoln.com. Let's make your home the talk of the neighborhood.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2026 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 22nd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
Hi, Kendall Warnock here, owner of A1 Automotive in Seward. We're more than just an automotive repair shop. We're part of this community. Our mission is simple: serve people well, build trust, and provide reliable vehicle repairs at a fair price. From oil changes to diagnostics, major repairs, we're here to help keep keep your family safe on the road. A1 Automotive, 408 Main Street, Seward, Nebraska.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Played Against Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. It's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear that you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
Ever look at your house and think, ouch, it's stuck in the past? Or realize that your kitchen needs a new everything? Like thousands of homeowners, you can simply call SprayNet Lincoln. Their patented spray system and paint delivers a flawless factory finish. No mess, done in a day, and cost-effective. It looks just like new, including your vinyl. And it's all backed by their 15-year no-peel warranty. SprayNet Lincoln, custom chemistry and smarter painting. Google SprayNet Lincoln or call them now at 402-383-3336 or email ching@spray-net.com.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly, NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The Friends with Communication Systems Solutions here in Lincoln remind you that the need for blood continues daily. Unfortunately, our blood banks are extremely low. Our community and our country depend on life-saving donors like you. You are eligible to donate every 56 days, and with each donation, you save up to 3 lives. Please go online and schedule an appointment to donate blood today. Thanks to Communication Systems Solutions here in Lincoln for making this message possible. They are a shining example of why America is a strong nation.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Half an hour or so left on Old School, brought to you by Graham Tire Company. Many other great companies sponsoring Old School as well. Special thanks to Graham Tire. Lots to get to yet, DP, when we think through the comparisons that we made. A lot of thoughts on the text line. I'm going to throw this at you before we get to the text line, though. Dawson Batty, a top 15 recruit right now in the 2027 class in Nebraska. Top 20, top 15 borderline football class for 2027. Which do you think would have a bigger impact on their respective team or program over the course of it? Would it be the whole 27 football class or the addition of one Dawson Batty for Nebraska?
The entire football class. The entire football class. Batty's not, even if he's a top 20 player in the country. And again, Nebraska's had 3 of those, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Especially in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
There aren't that many. They haven't had a full roster of those players.
Right.
And the full roster of them creates culture.
Mm-hmm.
It creates standard. Batty increases upside.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes some of the additional burden off everybody else. That class, that group is a gang responsibility. It's a team responsibility. Mm-hmm. Coming to listen to Grant and Jason talk about when they came in as freshmen, and then you realize that, okay, Graham's going to be a dude, and I need to lean on him and have him lean on me. And you get used to working that way. That from a competition stake, you knew every day that group was going to push everybody to better rather than the individual pushing you to better. Mm-hmm. Those great teams, you could say that Tommy was the guy, but without Brooke, it's not the same story.
No.
So group always over individuals. Individuals are just the vehicle, but the group is the way.
Nebraska does already have a commit in 2027 alongside It's Ty Schlegel's the kid from Cretin-Durham Hall up in Minnesota. And so it'd be a 2-man class for Nebraska, most likely if they get Batty. I think it's interesting that Nebraska, recent reporting from Robin Washut, has mentioned that Nebraska, as long as they're financially competitive, are going to be in this race up till the end. Something that Nebraska hasn't often been in high school recruiting by choice, I think, for quite a bit. I think Dawson Batty could come in and have the most immediate impact of any freshman in 2027. But I think the longer lasting impact would likely be, like you're saying, from the entire football class. If that's a culture change class, take it to the best version.
But who comes back? Who comes back that Batty would have to measure in standard with?
That's what we'll have to see.
That's why why the group thing tends to lead the individual coming in. I mean, Trey's story is unique in that recruiting worked.
Mm-hmm.
But the greater story to me is the gang that he brings with him.
Yeah.
Like that's the part, and probably.
Well, that's the thing that Dylan Raiola never really got the chance to do, right? Because he committed so late, and that didn't maximize like I think Nebraska fans would have imagined right away.
Well, but see, here's that I lean against that because I thought that in year 2 that was the responsibility. Like I thought the responsibility was that he was going to bring in some dudes,
and I thought that didn't reach that level.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is Dylan? I mean, Trey Taylor's had this ramp up by the time of his commitment to Nebraska. I mean, he brought one of his fellow commits to Nebraska with him, and Tay Ellis has been very public about being a peer recruiter. And I think the allure of Dylan Raiola and everything would have, except that he committed so late in the process. It was in the spring during the transfer portal window, if I recall. And so,
well, he did the dance. I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out,
which made it hard to do some of that peer recruiting.
Well, you listen. 1 foot out is not the way to lead.
No.
In any way, shape, or form, which kind of grinds my gears a little bit because I can't choose a leader who was 1 foot out, who was ever 1 foot out. A leader in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a head coach that's coming from another program that says, I'm in, but I'm kind of not in. Okay, that's not
Josh
your guy.
McDaniels.
That's not your – well, I was thinking of another leader that was in and not here. And then there even, right? There's a list of them.
Yeah, we know them.
There's a list of them that if you're, mind you, if you're the athletic director and your top guy says no, it's really hard to bring somebody else in after that. Like that's your friend at the bar saying that's the one. That's my one right there. And then you go over there and you try to pull that and she says no. And then you go, that's my one all along. Well, credibility matters. It matters.
Which is where I'm still at with Nebraska football and Kenny Minchie to some degree. I think that's worth throwing out there. And if your first choice keeps telling you no, and you have to keep throwing more money at it to get it to say yes, okay, better be right. You really better be correct about that.
Well, to say that if I say that Austin Orman is my guy, then I better live like Austin Orman is my guy because nothing else I say after that matters if it isn't true. And if I'm just kind of tepid about it, if I'm indifferent about it, or if I'm shape-shifting about it, that, well, he's my guy, but,
but that says it all.
This community and this fan base you are dance familiar. You know when somebody's dancing with you and there's no music being played. And it's too often and too loud to go, the silence of this thing, watching somebody, how painful it is watching somebody dance with no music.
It's one thing if it's a silent disco and everyone's got headphones on, but that's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the awkward dancer, no less. Like it's not even the best dancer.
Is it the Australian break dancer?
Yeah, like it's the thing where you recognize you're playing with me, like you're faking it, and I understand fake it till you make it, but
you got to make it at some point.
It's still faking, and making it requires result. Like that's the second part of that. Intent and then result.
Yeah.
And too many times there are too many leaders that lean on somebody out of convenience rather than it's the right thing. And that's how you learn who great executives are, great administrators, great coaches, great players.
Let's get to our starter Heyman Jewelers text line, 402-464-5685. 1562. I can't get my hopes up that Landry will take a step forward because the best quarterback on paper that's ever set foot on campus just left because he didn't feel that Nebraska had the coaches to develop him.
Well, I mean, Is that why? Is that why he left? And if that were the case, when was that the case? So we have to ask, this is the journalistic part.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the next question. First question.
Is it true?
Is it true? 2, when did you know?
Mm-hmm.
And 3, how did we not know?
4, what else was done about it to try to prevent it?
Well, here's the thing. If you're in the room, right? And again, we know that Nebraska has more ears and moles than anybody in the country when it comes to this stuff. How are the people closest in proximity? And mind you, I'm not close in proximity to the football program, basketball program. I'm just not. For whatever reason. That's a whole nother show for a whole nother attitude. But the people who are close have a responsibility and an accountability to telling fans, hey, all is not rosy. Here's what's going on. So that none of us should have been surprised that this was happening months before it happened. How in year 1 is he not being developed? And who determines that, right? Why didn't he have voice to say, I'm not being developed? Maybe there were people who were saying in his proximity that he's not being developed, hey, there's a problem, and somebody covered it up or pushed it away or otherwise.
Well, I think they told you as much in so far as they went and hired Glenn Thomas and Dana Holgerson.
If you tell me that you were wrong in who you brought in originally, and then you're wrong in who you brought in a secondary level, and then you landed on a thing that, quite frankly, this was the answer all along. Okay, tell me you learned a lesson, but it also tells me that in the choosing to begin with, you weren't what we thought it was to begin with, which is disappointing, right? Because why would you reconstruct the mothership program of all Husker athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you model it based on maybe?
Well, on something that's not what you actually want to do. Have conviction. You're the head coach.
Well,
Or
if you tell me
you're the coordinator.
if you tell me
whatever,
it's a blue
mold
blood,
it.
if you tell me it's a blue blood program and a blue blood culture, if you tell me it's the best fan base, best resources, et cetera, then be that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really where I land with all of it. Be who you say you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me the result. And if you're not giving me the result, then you can't tell me that, and I'm not going to listen to it. And when you say it, I'm going to say, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You just said some Greek stuff because I don't have any evidence.
Because I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, 1562. I hope we addressed what you were saying there a little bit. Scaper says, but if that's the case, then he never had a coach that was good enough at 4 different high schools and 2 other prior committed college football teams.
Well, you're really saying the truth. And quite frankly, be uncomfortable by the truth, because the reality was all the evidence walking into this thing was transient, fluid, not selfish, but selfish, right? Selfish, kind of me. If this doesn't absolutely work for me, then it's not for me.
That's not my fault.
That accountability, selfish. If you tell me that in doing that you won high school national championships or state championships every year, no matter where you were, okay, that would give me some evidence. But you cannot marry that and say that, are you coming to town with a white dress? Because the evidence said, oh, Texas knows, Georgia knows,
Ohio State
knows, right? You picked them, right? We all would say, I'm judging my wife by who she dated before me. Because that's who she is. Now, she could aspire to great, right? And we can all outkick our coverage. But the reality is,
I know I did.
Right? But the evidence says they saw the best in us and chose us and said, let's elevate.
Let's do it.
But then you have to, Austin, your wife would tell you it's not good enough if it wasn't good enough. And that's the part. We just want results.
Yeah. A lot to get to from a text from 1171 here. We'll read that after break or during break and see if we can get to it there. Yeah. Yeah, lots there. A lot of good discussion. Keep your thoughts rolling in 402-464-5685. That is the number to our starter, Heyman Jewelers text line. We'll be back to wrap up Old School after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a fun way to give back? Join us for the 2026 Kicks for Kids Nebraska Fun Run Walk, presented by Pinnacle Bank, on Saturday, August 22nd at James Arthur Vineyard. Enjoy a scenic 5K through beautiful grounds. Every step helps provide shoes to kids in Lincoln and Lancaster County schools, with options for adults, wine included, and kids. Registration fees include a t-shirt, medal, and bag. Sign up today and make a difference at kicksforkidsnebraska.org.
Building a new home can be a challenge, a lot of big choices. With our Remington homes, we have designed 15 different floor plans that appeal to a wide range of people.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, painted trim, wood floors, more stone, all options with our Remington homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. You're able to get what you really want in a home for a great price with very limited stress. And that's what Remington homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly, NATE-certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
If you like freedom and you like floors, ditch the box stores and shop Freedom Floor and find the best luxury vinyl, tile, hardwood, laminate, carpet, and experts at Freedom Flooring. Visit our showroom at 4815 South 14th Street in Lincoln. If you like freedom and you like floors, ditch the box stores and shop Freedom Flooring, a Shaw Floors dealer.
The Friends with Midwest Elite Family Medicine in Lincoln thank our first responders, doctors, nurses, and the healthcare professionals who put their lives in harm's way for our protection. Blood donation centers need people to donate blood. Be a silent hero and donate blood today. It will help accident victims, surgery patients, sick children, and members of our military. This message is from Midwest Elite Family Medicine in Lincoln, accepting and welcoming all new patients. Call today at 402-904-8578.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop in Eustis, Cozad, Grand Island, Kearney, Lexington, and Lincoln.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
The friends with Communication System Solutions here in Lincoln remind you that the need for blood continues daily. Unfortunately, our blood banks are extremely low. Our community and our country depend on life-saving donors like you. You are eligible to donate every 56 days, and with each donation, you save up to 3 lives. Please go online and schedule an appointment to donate blood today. Thanks to Communication System Solutions here in Lincoln for making this message possible. They are a shining example of why America is a strong nation.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One final segment to go here on Old School. Want to give a last-minute big shout-out to the folks over at Schwezo Construction. Got a chance to see Andrew from Schwezo here yesterday, coming in recording a new commercial that's up and running. Appreciate him and them. At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Schwezo is hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. Apply today at Schwezo.com. 40-plus years strong in business, Schwezo Construction. Store starter Heyman Jewelers text line, we go DP from 1171, who says, every Husker fan now going back on Dylan is absolutely crazy. We were all aware that he transferred schools all the time in high school. Nobody cared because he was going to be the second coming here at Nebraska. But because he turned tail and left, now Nebraska fans are all upset at him. I don't get it.
Well, first of all, there's no when we do that wide sweeping thing. You're heading into deep water. There were people who were clear, and would say, "Be careful attaching your cart in full to a young freshman quarterback.
No matter how good you think he is or could be.
No matter how good you think he is or going to be, there was tracking and there was evidence to show me how many freshman quarterbacks won the Big Ten Conference. Like, there's a number.
Mm-hmm.
So in that, then it becomes, I'm glad he chose me after all, right? Because he's talented and he's connected to the program. We understand that. But we went through that with Scott Frost. But we don't learn. The problem is when you don't learn from the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who looked at the evidence, but there are people who refuse to learn. Listen, you let your heart dictate how you're going to go through this rather than the evidence. The evidence will tell you if you make multiple choices and you want several options, then that's who you are. Mm-hmm. If you choose it, we would think differently about Dylan Raiola if he had chosen Nebraska to begin with and stayed. When he makes other decisions, we are entitled. We actually should reconsider.
Guess what? The facts have changed.
The facts have changed. The evidence has changed, and now we have clarity. Right? Hindsight is 20/20, but there are those that saw some of the bumped knees, right? The shin kicks, the toes against the side of the bed. Some people saw that coming, and the question is constantly: are we learning from the lessons, or are we just simply hoping that the lessons move on?
Ben says, I definitely remember people from the get-go raising their eyebrows at his constant transferring in high school.
Yep.
And see, I don't think the issue is that he transferred.
No.
I don't think Nebraska fans, generally, again, my vibe reading says Husker fans aren't mad that Dylan Raiola transferred, right? Because, yes, I think most of them saw that. It was certainly a talking point. And the conversation that I recall hearing is, can Nebraska maximize Dylan Raiola while he's here? Highly touted guy like that in the transfer portal era, compensation being what it was. I don't think it's a shock that Dylan Raiola transferred. I think the bigger issue Husker fans have, DP, and they find different people to project it on, and certainly multiple people bear their share of the blame for it, is why wasn't Dylan Raiola better at Nebraska? It falls on Dylan Raiola. It falls on the coaching staff. It falls on the players around him. It falls on the family. You can't just make one avatar for why it didn't work for Dylan Raiola at Nebraska. There's not a monocausal explanation.
Well, but listen, we have evidence that a coach can come to Nebraska and be Nebraska coach.
Mm-hmm.
The coach we keep choosing coaches that chose something else first. In some cases, they chose something else first, or something else chose them, or it was the only option. But Coach Osborne is evidence. He's evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you can be about Nebraska. And that's it. Mark Manning gives us evidence that you can be here and want to be here. Rhonda Ravel can give us evidence that you want to be here and be in the longevity.
Mm-hmm.
And if at the top, because you show that standard, the young people will follow the evidence of the adults in front of them.
Mm-hmm. That they learn to trust over the 18 months of recruiting.
As long as we keep, right, because you have to believe what they say. And if they say, come to Nebraska for 4 years, and mean come to Nebraska for 4 years, because I'm going to be here for 4 years with you, right? Because that's the second part of what needs to be said. Come to Nebraska, ready? Come to Nebraska, and then come to Nebraska and stay 4 years, and then come to Nebraska and stay 4 years, and stay with me for 4 years.
Even 3 if you're going to go to the NFL because you're that good.
But it's
even.
It's the thing. Well, but here's the thing. If you're here for 3, you said that absolution doesn't exist. You can say, I'm going to come for 4 years and mean it. I don't necessarily want 3-year guys either. Give me the 4-year guys that commit to it. We just talked about Bryce McGowan. Love him. I would have loved for him to mature at Nebraska, for Nebraska, before he went to the NBA. But that's a statement of truth. Yeah. So listen, if the adults have the freedom to move, the young people have the freedom to move. And the fan base has to either accept it and follow or not. It's pretty simple.
There's a lot to get to. Let's just get to this last one, and I'll respond to a couple more of you after the show's over. Corey in Lincoln says, there's no lesson to be learned. Nebraska had to take him. They didn't have a choice. Most people were excited about it, and it didn't turn out like fans hoped. That's it. You can't tell me there's no lesson for Nebraska to learn. As soon as Nebraska is saying there's no lesson to learn, that's a problem. I have not heard Nebraska say that, but if in that building there's no lesson to learn, you didn't just miss the boat. You missed all of them.
You missed land. You're at an Institute of Higher Learning.
There's a lesson.
Lessons is why you exist.
There.
It's why you're there. It's in the mission statement. And you can't listen to me. Stop hiring dumb coaches at institutions of higher learning. Can I say that? Did I just say that?
Did I say that?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Thanks for sitting in, DP. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks for having me.
Good thanks as well to the good folks over at Suizo Construction, Heartland of Nebraska Windows, and of course, Graham Tire Company. Graham Tire Company celebrating 75 years of serving the Midwest. More than just tires, they do all kinds of car and light truck repairs too. From brakes to oil changes, trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. It's Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most. It is lunchtime. I'm headed out of here. Good Sense is here. I can smell it. It's wafting. I saw the delivery. Gonna definitely get after that here pretty quickly. We got more coming your way all day long. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Talk to you again 9 o'clock Monday morning for Old School.
When your business is ready for its next move, I'm here to help make it happen. I'm Corey Vandeweghe, Commercial Loan Officer at Midwest Bank on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Lincoln is full of bold ideas and hardworking business owners, and I'm proud to support the people driving that progress. Whether you're launching something new or investing in growth, I'll work with you to find lending solutions that move your business forward. Swing in anytime. I'd love to hear what you're building. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start